Start again. Okay, so hello everybody and welcome to the stream today. Sorry to anyone's heard it before, but we just needed to restart the game. So today's game, we're playing as the Songhai. We've randomly rolled the Songhai. They have a couple of abilities we'll explain in a moment. We're on fractal map today, on small map size, deity difficulty as always, in quick game pace. So, without further ado, let's begin. Got no rules for the game today, but maybe we should make some. Who knows? Maybe we'll. Gotta wait to be shouted at. Maybe we'll ban ourselves scientist saving or something kind of funky like that. Ban Hubble. Don't know. We'll see how it rolls. But yes, we are the Songhai. The Songhai have their own ability, which is River Warlord, so receiving triple gold from barbarian encampments and pillaging cities, which might come in useful. We might take some cities, so you never know. Land units gain the war canoe and amphibious promotions, strengthening them while embarked. We're not going to be having any units embarked in a war context, but you never know. I guess we'll see. And then we have two, I guess, well, we have a unique building and a unique unit for the Songhai. So the unique building is this mud pyramid mosque. It's a temple replacement. That's pretty cool. I love a temple replacement building. It requires no gold maintenance as opposed to the usual 1 or 2 gold per turn from a temple. So that's actually saving us gold because we're going to always be building temples anyway. And we get +2 culture, which is really cool. It's really difficult to hard generate culture in your own city. So having a unique building to provide you extra culture is really cool. You know, it's not quite as good as the what's it called? The Siamese what? But it's still pretty cool nonetheless. Two culture is good. And then we have the unique unit, which is a knight replacement. It's the Mandakalu cavalry. I believe it's just a cheaper knight. So maybe we'll build some. Knights are something that you might be able to use on deity difficulty, so we'll see. And welcome to the stream, Darkario W. Wow, not the worst start, says Darkario. Yes, it's actually not the worst start. You're right. I don't suppose you were here, Darkario, for the game that I just re-rolled because we spawned within about 6 tiles of Shaka and he settled his expand within 3 tiles of the capital. So we gave up on that one because we'd already been having a Shaka Neighbour game on the last stream. But also the inevitability of time really for Shaka there. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do with the start actually. The thing about the start, we do have marble in the capital, which is really cool. I love marble. But our regional luxury is clearly gems. And the problem with that is that the gems is right under this jungle here. So it's going to take us 4 extra turns more than usual in order to get the gems online, which is pretty painful. But given that we have marble right next to our capital, I don't think we're worried right now. We're on a river, which is great. We're going to have plenty of civil service farms. 2 forests to chop down, which is cool. With jungle starts, it can be difficult because you often don't get any forests to chop down, but we'll have 2. That's really cool. And we see some hill. I mean, these gems will all become hills. This out here will become a hill. We'll get stoneworks with the marble because we're not on plains. And so actually, yeah, I don't mind the start. And I think we'll just settle in place. It's a fractal map, so we won't gain any bonuses from settling in place due to making sure we're close to our horses or our oil or our iron. But there's never anything wrong with settling in place, so let's do it. So, production focus for the production focus trick, and let's definitely straight away work this gems for the 3 gold. We don't get any production from this start, unfortunately. This is like the worst production start that you can get because we are 2-1 on the capital, which is the lowest you can get out of your capital tile, and we're not going to be working any production. But, yeah, oh well. Let's move towards this forest. I'm feeling if we move towards the forest, we'll have lower likelihood of ending up in jungle with the warrior. And ending up in jungle with the warrior is bad because it will significantly lower our scouting ability. Coast. I knew I should have moved the warrior before checking. Every time. Oh well. We're just going to have to roll with it. I guess we've done it now. Coast. Yeah, so the reason I'm really sort of sad facing about this coast is because when you start so close to the coast like this, quite often you're going to end up having to settle coastal expands. And with our capital not being on the coast, that's really punishing. It's obviously not much of a problem in a single player game because in single player you're not going to have someone coming after you to try and war you because all of your expands on the coast but your capital is not. But in a multiplayer game, that's definitely something someone would try and exploit you for. So at least we're single player, not multiplayer, but it really sucks to see you're so close to the coast. It'll be great to be sending cargo ships to the capital. But we've played a few coastal games recently, so I guess playing an inland start, seeing what we can make out of this, we'll do. We'll probably have to settle 1 or 2 coastal expands. We'll see how many. Let's hope that it's not like coastal, just out there as well, or just out there. That would suck. But yeah, Darkario W says, wow. Ellipsis, I am very much inclined to agree. I should have moved this warrior. That's totally my bad. But we'll see if we can make it work. Okay. We're into the jungle. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid, but it looks like we're not going to be able to get out of the jungle Unfortunately, it seems like we are in, you know, this peninsula obviously ends here, and the jungle appears to be all the way up here. So I don't think we're going to get out of the jungle, so we'll just try and make the best of what we can with the warrior, perhaps. It's probably worth actually just, I mean, we'll try around. Oh, here we go. So this is base, and look, probably a coastal expand already out here with the fish, but we'll see. It's not the end of the world having a coastal expand with the capital not on the coast, but it always sucks not to be able to send those cargoes. Okay, so no coastal expand here then. City-state right here, unfortunately, so we're probably not going to be able to use these fish because there's city right in here, which is what we'll have to do to make use of the fish. It's going to have nothing really of worth to work. We definitely don't want to have to chop down all that jungle. We haven't got any production to grow to here. Oh. Okay. That sucks, but we'll do what we can. Dark RAW says, would love to stay and watch, but got some exams tomorrow. Good luck with the rest of the game. Hopefully next stream I'll be free. Dark RAW, good luck with your exams. I hope they go well for you. Yes, whenever you're free, join the stream, but yes, exams first. Good call. I'll see you later. And yes, good luck with the exams. Let's make the city state. Kaisel, okay, so we've got a cultural city state right next to us. That's really good. We might be able to clear some barbarian camps in order to complete a quest with the city state. So it's always nice when you get a neighbouring cultural city state bias. And again, we definitely won't want to be taking this city state. It's always, whenever you meet a city state, it's always worth thinking about if you're going to want to capture it. I mean, on Deity, it's a pretty bad idea to do that, but not to mention the fact that, you know, this city is worthless, really. It's got whales somewhere out there, but given, you know, all this land around it, it wouldn't be good for us to take. We need to think about this, because we actually cannot get the production focus trick right now when we grow. That's a real shame. Oh well, scout time. Want another scout, we need to see what this land's about. And let's move towards contested land first. We want to try and move towards areas where... Oh, Mount Fuji, wow, okay. Well, there's an expand up there, I like that. More gold, at least we got a good gold start. We got a natural wonder, which is +1 happiness in the early game, so quite nice. Mount Fuji, not the best of wonders, because there is no food on it, and you don't get an awful lot of faith. But perhaps if we can grab the one with Nature Pantheon, it might be worth working. It looks like the contested land is actually down this way, so we'll send this scout right back round down. We want to try and grab all of our contested ruins first, and try and fill back in with our warrior and this second scout. Gao looks interesting. Let's move around the Fuji. There might be a coastal expand for Fuji. There's definitely a coastal expand in here. Again, we've been murked by the fact that we haven't settled on the coast. This clearly would have been a coast settling game, I think, but now we'll see, because we're going to have one coastal expansion definitely here to pick up 2 of our regional luxury and this fish. And these bananas, our capital will never expand to those really, so coastal expand here will pick up those bananas immediately. We even, by settling here, get 3 copies of the regional luxury in the city actually, so we're definitely going to expand right here. And again, it puts us 3 tiles away from this ivory, which means that we'll have 3 luxuries in our immediate vicinity and 5 of our regional, which puts us in a really good happiness position. We'll settle Mount Fuji too, we'll find a way. Let's hope we can get the one with Nature Pantheon. In fact, we'll switch straight to a shrine after the scout to try and grab it. Let's keep moving south. There's a ruin, nice. Just grab that. Okay, we see a deer. Realistically, this might again be a coastal settle, maybe right up on this. I don't know. We'll see if there's any more fish out here. I would love to settle on the hill because the extra production you get straight off the bat. But settling here puts us right next to the fish, as opposed to leaving this fish on our 3rd ring. And I recently made a post on Reddit where I went all about how you need to make sure to sort of optimize between having good tiles to start with and having just good tiles within your overall 3 rings. So let's stay true to the advice that I just did out. Okay, there's a fish here. So because there's a fish here, we'll settle on the hill. We'll decide to value being close at basically getting this 3rd fish in range over and being slightly closer to a 2nd fish, because we start next to the deer anyway. We could get this forest chop. We'll actually put ourselves in range of a 2nd copy of ivory too, which is cool. So being able to have 5 copies of our regional and 2 copies of a non-regional, pretty powerful. And I really do like the fact we've got marble in our city. We should get a worker at some point too. We need a worker. Assyria, okay. Oh, Assyria is right here. Man, okay. Not sure what we're going to do about that. I don't like that at all. There's a ruin down there though, so at least we get that and a ruin in here. Pop. 13 culture, okay, cool. an early start and tradition. That's pretty cool. It's one of the best runes to get early game culture, so we'll take it. And then we'll just fill in this gap of scouting now. So what do we see? We see 3 expansions so far. Well, no, 2 expansions so far. We've got a capital. We've got an expansion for Fuji. We've got an expansion here on the coast. I don't know if we settle a 4th city. Obviously, a 4th city would be a lot better. But we are 3 luxing. So there is that. And we should generally be aware of Assyria here. There's Nineveh. Okay. Glad he didn't settle to... Imagine if he settled a city towards us. We'd have no room whatsoever. We should contemplate killing Assyria. But we'll see how this all plays out first. Let's try it. No, we can't squeeze through him yet. We need to see if there's a way past. Pop. Nice. Okay, that's what we needed. Pop rune and a culture rune for this start is exactly what... Oh, and we got horses. Nice. Is exactly what we needed. We would have been a bit... It would have been a bit difficult for us having to wait for all that growth, but hey, we've got a horse now, so that's good. Definitely need a worker before we start doing settlers. There's just no production in here whatsoever, so we need to start chopping some stuff down. Unfortunately, we're going to have to steal the worker from Kaisel because we definitely can't steal the worker from Assyria. Let's see if we can get past Nineveh. Yeah, we would think about stealing a worker from the AI, but we definitely don't want to be stealing it from Ashurbanipal. So we'll just go and park ourselves right next to Kaisel. We'll take their worker when it comes. It's a shame because I would have liked to have cleared a barbarian camp early in order to get a cultural ally, but it is what it is. We're just going to have to adapt to what we've got. We're going to need Kaiser's worker. His workers are going to be really important for clearing this start. We need to get these 2 jungles chopped down and then mines put on the gems. We need to get a quarry put on the marble. We need to chop down these 2 forests. Jungle starts need a lot of workers to start out because it takes 4 extra turns to do anything with a jungle tile. And unmet player into the classical era already. I wonder where they went. Cool, we can squeeze past here next turn, I think. As long as no barbs spawn, that would be bad if it does. Good. We can get out. That's fine. One thing I was really worried about here was the being able to get out to meet the rest of the world. We could have got caught behind Assyria, but very fortunately we've got by. Let's hope that this fractal map connects somewhere because we've got no connections up here. And let's just continue scouting this this expansion location and just sit in wait of our worker. We got our shrine now. Good. So let's hope we can move towards that one with Nature Pantheon. Oh wow, Old Faithful here. Cool. Well, that's nice. I mean, obviously we're not going to settle Old Faithful because that's clearly Assyria's. There's a city-state in there, actually. That's good. But, you know, the finding an actual wonder early, it gives us the additional 1 happiness, which is always good. Yeah, we definitely need bronze working now, so we can start chopping all of this out. We can take bronze working, reveal some iron. Hopefully we get some extra production out of it. Maybe iron will reveal on one of these grassland tiles that we've got around us. And then because we're doing that, we can go and improve our gems. And then we'll double back for masonry so that we can improve our marble. In fact, we could probably do with going for the marble first. So let's go get masonry first and then go for bronze working. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to get... What are we doing? You know what? No, we don't need it, right? Let's go bronze working first and then masonry. The reason being, so I was originally debating masonry first because we're going to need to get a luxury online in order to... make sure to keep happiness up for our cities. But because we've already found 2 natural wonders, we've got 2 happiness from the discovery of natural wonders. So when we grow to pop 4, we'll still have 4 happiness left, which will allow us to sustain 1 city and give us time in order to either get masonry or to chop down these gems and then improve it. So I think that's what we'll do, and we'll go and meet the city-state straight away. I would love to steal that Assyrian caravan, but again, we just can't risk annoying Assyria at this early stage. Wellington, hello. Let's just make sure we scout all of this coast out and then return to Gao to make sure to defend our worker. Okay, so we've grown, again, nothing to production focus grow to. I guess we could have done this or something, but same hammers, I guess, in the end, save some food. Unfortunately, it's 15 turns until growth now. In fact, does it speed it up? 7, 6, 7, 6. I mean, it's not really worth waiting 15 turns to grow, so let's just make sure to get the worker out 1 turn earlier. And then just keep scouting the coast to make sure we're fully informed about that land we're about to settle. What do we do? Don't know yet. Don't know. Still waiting for Kaiser's worker. Kaiser are even neutral. If they were hostile, I'd be much less concerned about doing it, but they're even neutral, which means we would actually have a good chance at friending them. Go. 6 turns for Pantheon. AI is probably going to beat us to that. Hopefully we get one at some point soon. Maybe this city-state. Wittenberg, hello. Oh, full faith. Hopefully we can get our Pantheon next turn now. That'd be really cool. He scouts in for Kaiser. Unfortunately, Kaiser will get a workboat first, but maybe we'll get a worker next. Pantheon, great. Okay, so we're going to go for one with nature here. What we see in our area is that usually against Deity AI, you would be considering not even going for like a faith-producing Pantheon because yeah, we can't really work. We can work extra gold actually to do that. You'll be considering not even going for a faith-producing Pantheon because, you know, Deity religion will probably overtake you like straight away. But look, Assyria doesn't even have... They're building the Great Library. I don't know what that is. Something, I guess, is building a wonder. But because we've only got one close neighbour, it looks like we're not going to get wrecked by their religion spreading. So we might actually have an actual chance at a religion, especially if we can be working 7 faith per turn from Fuji. But even if we can't, one, it actually means that it's worthwhile working Fuji. But then, secondly, we'll at least have a stack of faith saved up. So is one with nature here? It is. So I guess that'll have to be our first expand. Hopefully Assyria doesn't settle this. We're definitely thinking only 3 cities. And there's our iron. 2 iron. It's not even really worth anything. But unfortunately, we can't get it in range of any of our cities. That's a shame. Okay, but we're going to a settler next. Got really terrible settler production. Perhaps we should have considered God King. It's fine. It'll be good. We'll try and chop. There we go. It was Great Library. They built another workboat. Kaisel. It looks like we're a bit on an island. I think we chop these forests down to make sure to get our settlers out faster. But let's not make sure we're going to get murked by barb camps. Go straight in there. Switch to a settler. 6 production. What's that? 7 production. Okay. Well, we'll take it. Don't see any way of getting it faster. Great Library from Assyria. I would love to crossbow Assyria and just kill them. I don't know if it's going to be worth it yet. We'll see. With 3 cities, we've certainly got the opportunity to go for a crossbow rush. But if they go full Assyria and spam army, there's going to be no way that we can successfully execute one. Let's chop this forest down. Should we buy this tile? No, because we're very close to being able to purchase a worker. If we were nowhere near purchasing a worker, I would buy this tile for the extra hammers. But because we're really close to worker purchasing, you know what? Actually, we're going to be really close to worker purchasing either way. So maybe we just buy it for the extra hammers anyway. It would be really good to get that start bonus. Okay. Yeah, let's buy it, because it's only 30. And we're running 7 gold per turn, and we're not going to be reducing that anytime soon. So let's just chop this out. Get the extra production from that. Stay waiting for Kaiser's worker. It's a shame they built 2 workboats straight away, but hey. Need to scout out this area from Assyria now. If we get optics eventually, we'll double back for that ruin. I don't think Assyria is going to get it anytime soon. Barb camps anywhere? Don't think so, so we can chop this one out now. It might actually be worth to buy both forests. Not only are they civil service tiles, but again, the extra production is pretty worth it, I think, for us at this stage. And then we've got our masonry now, so that's good. So we probably want to go into archery next, perhaps. Just to make sure we can get some archers to handle the inevitable barbarian encampments that will spawn. And there is Kaiser's work. And we can actually multi-steal Kaiser as well, so this is going to be pretty cool. So let's take that. K-Y-Z-Y-L. Yes, that's how we spell it. Yeah, so the reason I was talking about multi-stealing Kaiser is because we don't have to peace city-state straight away. There's actually no problems whatsoever with staying at war with the first city-state you declare war at, because their influence even... You know, your influence even with them even increases. So it starts at -60, obviously, after you've declared war. But then it actually goes up towards 0 even while you're at war with them. So there are really no repercussions to staying at war with a city-state as well. And instead, we have the opportunity to continue to worker stealing without having to do 2 declarations of war with city-states, which would cause us problems with diplomatic relations to city-states. But because we can stay at war with Gaza, we'll be able to do that. And the reason we can multi-steal is because these 2 tiles here are not hills. And so we would need to be able to see the city-state worker when it comes out in order to steal it, which requires us to be within visibility range. But if you are on a hill within 2 tiles of the city-state, they can actually see you on that hill, and we need to be somewhere they can't see. So if you just look at your city, for example, You can see hills 2 tiles away from your city's borders, but you cannot see non-hill tiles that are 2 tiles away from your city's borders. So if we stand here, the city-state cannot see us until they move a unit there. So, they'll move their worker here, it will run out of movement points, at which point we'll be able to come in and take it on the next turn. So that's what we're aiming for with our worker stealing, and then we'll just get chopping here. Get our first settler out ASAP. Buy the tile in order to get maximum production from it. Like that, cool. And then there's maybe a chance of additional hammers here, but I think we'll take the gold at this point. We justified purchasing those tiles by saying we've got loads of gold per turn. So let's not then throw away, let's kind of pay that back now. Let's continue working the gold per turn for a second because of all the production that we kind of forwarded to ourselves. Okay, and we can send this worker up here to start chopping that down, which is brilliant. And we can bring this worker back to get the marble online. And we'll just sit here with the scout and make sure no barbs spawn probably. And this warrior can wait right here. Oh, hello. Interesting. Maybe Ashurbanipal is going to kill a city-state. This warrior can wait right here so that it can serve the dual purpose of escorting the settler upwards, and then if we need to get another worker still, we can. Let's have a look at Assyria. Assyria looks quite nice, actually. I would definitely want to take it. But realistically, our only chance of taking Assyria is if they let all their units get outdated, which certainly could happen. But we'll have to assess the situation when we see it. It's not something that we can decide right now. 10 turns for our next settler, not bad. Okay, well at least it wasn't 12 turns like it was projecting to be otherwise. Okay, so what do? We got archery now. It would be nice to go for the wheel for chariot archers, but I don't think we need chariot archers. Chariot archers are actually really effective on Deity. If I guess the best way to think about it is if you want to kill Deity AI before National College, chariot archers right now are the plan. Composite bowmen actually just a bit more difficult to use effectively against the Deity AI than chariots. Chariots come sooner. Composite bowmen are a bit weird. You kind of have your window of chariot rushing the AI if you're going to do it before National College, or if you're going to attack the Deity AI after National College, I recommend waiting until crossbows at machinery, just so that you can have that kind of technological advantage. Probably don't need chariot yet, in fairness, probably don't need a chariot yet. So I think instead we will want something like trapping to make sure that we can get this ivory up eventually. And then we'll need to think about writing and calendar eventually, but we don't need calendar because we don't have any calendar luxuries. Unfortunately, we can't get past Asur there to see that, but let's just move back. It doesn't look like he wants to come for us right now, which is pretty good. Let's escort. We've got 2 nice early workers, so pretty pleasing. Assyria's not taken our city spot, which is the one thing I would have been worried about by going for that worker first. But we just absolutely needed that worker first. You saw how much it accelerated our start by being able to chop down these 2 forests. That's something that we wouldn't have gotten if we'd waited for the city-state still. Could have gone for the gems pantheon, I suppose, actually. I didn't think about that. But all the gems are going to be quite hard to work for us. And whereas we get this 4 straight away from it. Yeah, I probably should have thought about the gems pantheon, Whoops. But hey, eventually we'd be working 5 gems. But we get, and that would be for, 10 faith in total. But how many realistically are we going to be working early on? 3, maybe? So that's 6, whereas working this Mount Fuji is actually 7. Wow, a barb camp right there. That is lucky that it didn't spawn 1 tile along, because otherwise we'd have been screwed. It's a good job we didn't want this spot either. And it's a shame that we can't kill this barb camp in order to get an alliance with Kaisel. Good extra production now. Actually, I don't think we've gained any extra production at all. Yeah, that's 8. We're going to have to cost ourselves some gold to do that, but we can move back as soon as we've finished improving the tile. We do need to still try and get up to our worker purchase gold. That will be powerful. Oh, our scout is actually stuck here. Right, no reason not to settle. We've actually got 4 happiness. Boom. Okay, so do we want to work this straight away? Probably not because it's still going to take us 16 turns to get a religion. We want to grow this ideally to something like pop 3 or 4, and we'll kind of work this. So we're going faith focus to make sure we catch this every time we grow, and then get a granary. We definitely want a granary if we're going to want to try and work this tile with no food on it. A granary is a must. Let's get improving this. Improve this, which means we can switch this back. And to be honest, we do probably want to work the gold just so that we can try and get a worker purchase if we need it. And Gao's got marble. So maybe we'll build some wonders at some point, but then again, against Deity AI, we've got no hope of getting any ancient or classical era wonders. Although I did actually manage to get Petra in turn 70 in a Deity game once, which is pretty wild. But yeah, not something that's going to be happening here, I don't think. In any case, let's get moving back towards. We'll take this worker straight up to go and improve around Timbuktu. We can chop down these 2 forests, probably. We might actually have to save a forest for production, so actually let's not chop this one. But plains deer is no cost to chop at all. You maintain the same yield, so we'll do that. We'll go probably writing into calendar so that we can make our way towards philosophy now. We've already got sailing, which is quite nice. Let's move upwards, move downwards. Let's just mill, I guess. We'll go see what's behind Wellington. Oh, cool. So what do we do here? We're going to have plenty enough luxuries online, so we definitely should be taking the food policy in tradition over the monarchy for happiness, because we're going to have more than enough happiness. Oh, hey DJ, welcome to the stream today. How are you doing? Let's go make sure that the AI isn't coming here and keep visibility on this tile to make sure Barb Camp doesn't spawn on it, because that's right where we want to settle. Hopefully this being a plain, just a flat plains tile, will give us a bit more impetus to expand to these fish. Okay, and this worker goes up. This warrior moves into city-state worker stealing position. Let's just stand here to make sure we don't get any pesky barbs nearby. Cool. Nice, okay. Getting that tile improved brought us down from 2 turns to settler until 1 turn to settler, so that's brilliant. DJ says, I am doing great. Well, that is good to hear, DJ. I'm pleased. Interesting choice here. Need to figure out what we do with cities. We could try and squeeze a 4th city in, but realistically, would it be any good? Probably not. I mean, where do we go? In here? In here is kind of terrible, really, and it's kind of aggravating to Assyria, who currently thinks we don't have any contested borders. We obviously can't go in here because of Kaisel. We could kill Kaisel, but it doesn't feel like a good thing to do, especially because they could be a really strong source of early culture. So maybe we roll with 3 cities for now, although I really don't like it. I don't know how we get more, but we do try and get more somehow, some way. Maybe we crossbow Assyria, who's got the world's largest army, which means we're not going to crossbow Assyria. So maybe we do need a 4th city. Maybe we have to kill Kaisel. We might just need to Sistine Chapel for our for culture. We are the Songhai, so we don't have, we've got this temple culture stuff, so that's good. So we don't have to worry too much about a cultural ally. But we might just have to kill Kaisel because we simply don't have 4 city land. I mean, we'll have 3 decent cities, but we can't put 4 cities in here, and it might not be realistic to kill Sir. So perhaps what we do is we crossbow Kaisel at some point. I would consider comboing Kaisel or perhaps charioting Kaisel, but you see it's already got 16 city combat strength. I really don't like that. At least Kaisel, it has, it's got 2 sea resources, it's got horse, it's got sheep, it's got a 3rd ring hill, it's got this forest, which hopefully we won't get chopped down. We can maybe squeeze some food out of it with Coastal Trader or something like that. Anyway, DJ says, he's just been playing some Kingdoms Reborn with a friend and Valheim. Fair enough, I don't actually know what Kingdoms Reborn is. But one of my friends from university who I've been playing a lot of Minecraft with recently, he is really into Valheim right now. I think he's certainly playing it all the time. So yeah, I mean, I've heard it's really good. I mean, you've played it a lot, right, DJ? It's obviously really good. And then DJ also says, in a very trolling manner, also good knowing that you haven't beaten my mod pack yet. Thanks, DJ. You are right. I haven't beaten your mod pack yet. Glad that makes you feel better. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll just we'll murk off Kaisel as revenge for DJ trolling with us. I don't know why that would ever inflict any harm on DJ, but I'll just say that he doesn't like it. DJ says definitely recommends both games. That's Kingdoms Reborn and Valheim. Nice. Okay, what do we do? Chop that. Sure. That's really the end of the world. This fractal, I mean, this is always what you get when you don't pick something like standard Pangea or continents or archipelago. But, it's never nice, I guess, when you turn around and see stuff like this. And what do we do now? We definitely can grow. But should we grow? We probably should grow, because it's 7 turns until growth, which is usually my limit. We've already taken the tradition policy. That said, it would be really cool to get this granary out faster. And it's the difference between the granary being 5 turns and the granary being 7. Or we grow in 7, or grow in 14. Oh no, 2 turns could be something here. I don't know. I mean, I usually follow the rule, once you've got the tradition food policy, grow. So we've got the tradition food policy, so let's grow. We will probably not chop down this second gems yet, and instead go for maybe getting this horse back, and then we'll do the gem. Oh no, we're already, let's get this horse up first, and then we'll do the gems. Noxon, hello there. Noxon joins, he sends us a freaky 29 high emoji. No idea what that is, but sure, thanks. And then, yeah, Noxon's IDJ. DJ says hi, Noxon. Well, chat, we're being very nice today. Nice. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Why are you in green, Noxon? You're always in green, and DJ always appears to be in orange. But we won't question it. It is what it is. Noxon says, how are we all? I am doing good, thanks. Noxon, how are you? Yes, worker. Thank you very much, Kaiser. There's already a comp bow, so they're definitely trying to make it difficult for us to kill us if they want to. Or difficult for us to kill them if we want to. That's what we need to say. We'll drop a turn into a farm here just to totally min-max our movement. And I guess we're a bit penned in now by Wellington, actually. Let's see. Okay, so we faith grew to this thing. Are there any good tiles we can work? Probably not, actually. Let's just we need to get this granary out sooner, to be honest. So we'll do that, and then we'll start working this Mount Fuji. Is it Mount Fuji? Yeah, Mount Fuji. After that. Anyway, Noxon says, I'm good, sir. Caved and got pizza for 2 days straight. Diet's going well. Absolutely love it. Was that it was Friday you joined the stream, right, when you were having pizza? Does that mean you got pizza on Saturday as well? Because you know what, I'm very jealous of that. Yeah, you had. Noxon says, yeah, I had pizza then. Man, very jealous. How are you living the pizza life? And I absolutely love pizza, got jealous all the time, and you just had it, mate. Noxon says, it's too easy to make. You're damn right. We've got 4 frozen pizzas in the freezer actually as well, but my girlfriend does a very good job of keeping me in check. And DJ says, I'm doing good, just teasing PCJ Law. Of course he is. DJ's good at that. And DJ just had a pizza a few minutes ago. Seriously, chat. I absolutely love pizza. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. It gives me envy every time I see people in chat saying they have pizza, and it seems like everyone joins says they just ate pizza. I like it though. Nice. I'm jealous. Ah, he wants. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Let's trade, and we'll trade gold for gems, and we'll accept his embassy. Hopefully that means he doesn't have any contested borders with us now. He doesn't. Let's hope that enhanced user interface isn't lying right now. We'll take them at face value. DJ says, I got it from Domino's. At times, I do quite like a Domino's pizza. Although Domino's is actually I think it's probably my 3rd favourite pizza place now. Behind probably Papa John's and then Pizza Hut. It's just personal preference. But, you know what, I would never complain if I got a Domino's. I think I'm going to take this heal instantly here. I mean, I know people always recommend taking drill or shock or something like this, because obviously you can upgrade these units through the ages, but I mean, you know, what are we going to do with that promotion? If it comes down to using our warrior to go take a Sir, we're in a pretty sad position. So I'm just going to take instant heal to make sure that it's back in the action straight away, just in case another worker comes out here fast. Let's see. Noxon says, I haven't had Pizza Hut in ages. I missed the lunch buffets. Yeah, you know what? Those are cool, actually, those lunch buffets. It has been probably 7 or 8 years since I've had one of those lunch buffets. But yeah, I love a good lunch buffet. They're I say, you know, Pizza Hut lunch buffet, they're really cool. DJ says the same. Definitely agree. Cool. 2 turns for this granary, and then hopefully we can start working this tile. We need to get a couple of farms down. Bit annoying Wellington, but they haven't got any good quests yet, so let's not worry about it. Oh, should we get a camp first? Maybe. Maybe we do get a camp now, and then we go start dropping some food down. At the end of the day, you know, we don't need to worry about growing Tombuktu too fast too soon. Or too fast too furious. For some sort of pun, I guess. Now let's go plant this city, and then think about our life. Top 9 already for Assyria. That is wild. They must have got a caravan out. And they're still biggest army, so I don't think we're going to have any chance to crossbow Assyria, as much as I would like to. It would be cool to get 2 capitals, but I just don't think it's realistic to do. We're probably going to need to get our regional luxury improved next for the additional happiness. And there's no reason not to settle the city. No, 7 happiness, so we don't go unhappy. No social policies soon. Actually save us some gold returns, so let's do it. And go straight onto these bananas. Get a granary first, I guess. And then, yeah, we'll see. Ideally, we'd like to grab these bananas and try and work these other bananas in the capital, but we don't need to worry about it yet. It goes Great Wall already, turned 41, that's crazy. Do we go library next? Do we go worker? Don't know. Do we go caravan? We're going to need to send some caravans to the capital. But I think, production might be a bit short in Timbuktu, so let's not push it. We got decent production now, but it's not going to be that way all the time. We get a worker next if we need it. We've got plenty of workers. Get a caravan when we need to get a caravan. And now let's get this scout here just to make sure that we get vision on these lands so we don't get barb spawning. Our only barb risks right now are... Actually, we don't have any barb risks right now because these 2 tiles right here are our barb risks. And so we'll have to worry about that, but a barb can't spawn and come yeet our worker straight away, so I guess we won't worry about it too much. But we should check it from time to time. The scout is kind of stuck here. I wonder whether or not we delete it. I mean, we might have an opportunity to slam down an archer camp down there. So maybe we do, maybe we don't. Can we get this granary out in 1? We need full production. That feels like a yes, because we've got the food. But then we wouldn't grow into... Don't know. I mean, we can get the granary out in 1 now. I want to try it. Let's see. Don't actually know if it's a decent idea at all, but let's go for that. Oh, we can get a bit of vision out there, I guess. Not a lot to see. Granary done, so we can go back to growing. Growing 1, that's cool. I think we might have just achieved growth in the same time span, so I like that a lot. Do we need another worker? No, because we've been yeeting city-state workers, and this one is a Kaiser worker, so we'll just name that quickly. KYZYL2. Sorry, Kaiser. We demand copper, doesn't? No, there is copper down there. We might be able to get that off Assyria later. Still no contested borders. Good. Okay, so we probably don't need to be going for workers because we've already got 3 workers for 3 cities. So we'll send this one straight over to Gen as soon as we can, and we can just merc another city-state worker off after that. So instead, what do? We can go circus. We don't really need it. We need caravan. So let's go caravan next to supercharge our capital's growth. Let's just go back on up our hill. Philosophy, 13 turns. Realistically, are we going to need it in 13 turns? Probably not. Let's think about a watermill. And yes, we're going to production. Good. Okay, we've got this tile improved. We probably need to just get some 2 food tiles up now, so let's just make 1. And then this is done, so we will actually just stay out here, probably. We can go over to Gen perhaps with this worker. Why not? We're doing Gao, so we work in production. Should we flick this over to food? Probably if we want to keep going. It's only a difference of 2 turns on the caravan, but it's a difference of 3 turns on the growth, so why not? This gems tile is going to turn into production tile anyway, and at that point I guess we work it. Timbuktu about to grow. We've got our faith focus on, so we can go work our Mount Fuji. Let's probably just actually work our Mount Fuji as soon as we get that chance. Let's do that. 10 turns until growth, that seems fine. We don't need to be growing that fast this early. Yeah, let's just keep moving over. We can get this ivory improved when we need to get ivory improved. It'd be something to trade to Ashurbanipal too. We can start working our faith and our religion in 12 turns. This is 5-turn growth, this is 7-turn growth. But the granary comes out a lot faster, so I think we want to do this just to make sure we get that production down before we do anything. Something that I've been playing with recently is basically just realizing that sometimes you don't have to try and super grow your early expands. I'm pretty sure I touted this in a YouTube guide video about, trying to stagnate in and around pop 2 and pop 3 because it's really difficult to grow to pop 4 without that granary. So we're going to follow our own advice and try and switch back to it. I've been trying to diagnose. I feel like some of my wins have been a bit too slow of late. So we've been trying to figure out why that is. Perhaps we are on our way to figuring that out here. Okay, and now for philosophy. We're going to need optics at some point. 11 turns. Are we going to be ready for library in 11 turns? No, more like 20. 20 is a bit slow. But 16 seems more reasonable. Let's go get optics first. We'll grow some pops anyway. We actually do need these gems online soon. Because we are going to go unhappy in 5 turns. So we'll have the gems online for then anyway. Oh, city-state pikeman. Let's back off. See if the pikeman goes away. We might not be able to get any more city-state worker steals, but hey, we got a couple. Need 3 production to go up. We could actually do that again to get this caravan out a little bit sooner. Wait, do we need that? Yeah, we do have a granary. Oh, wait, I didn't do that right. You get the caravan out in 1 turn. Let's do it for 1 turn. City-state pikeman's on his way out. I really don't want to have to piece this. But we might have to piece it if the pikeman continues to marauder around. The reason I don't want to piece it is because I would like to kill Kaisel at some point, and we would rather not take the city-state penalty, diplomacy penalty for doing that. So just keep moving away from the pikeman. We can't even actually send this trade route unless the pikeman runs off. Send it to Tombok 2 and get the happiness policy in tradition next. So hey, we didn't actually have to worry about that production. Next, maybe we get another caravan. We could also do a watermill. We could do a stoneworks. Doesn't seem useful right now. A watermill or a caravan. I guess we go for caravan first. DJ says BRB. Okay, DJ, see you in a bit. We'll switch back to food now. Yeah, we'll just get a second caravan. We'll have the other granary here in Gen in 5. Oh, the city-state is actually coming in for our tars. Well, okay. If we want to kill Kaisel, we will have to war them again. It's fine as long as we don't meet too many city-states, I guess. Okay, well, we'll kick them out of our land. We will do this so that we can keep growing in 4 turns. And we can now send our caravan to Gao. And this is done too. Nice. Okay. And we can go. Unfortunately, we can't do any more city-state worker steals, but we should stay out here just to make sure our caravan doesn't get mugged by some barbarians that spawn in the one side that we can't see. Gen must be close to growing soon. Yeah, we can grow it in... Oh, no, we can't grow it in 2, right? That's impossible. Yeah. Should have done it last turn if we wanted to do that, but that's fine. We'll grow in... We'll grow in 1, we'll grow in 2 instead. Get some vision up there. Okay, and now in Gao, it's time to upgrade some food tiles perhaps, or get a luxury in line. Probably get 1 food tile up and then go for the luxury. And we're going to grow. Probably take the extra production at this stage. Or do we? No, we can take the food, can't we? Always take extra food. Keep our eye around here. Okay, and Gen is going to grow next turn, so we will move this over to the food tile to make sure we get as maximum food yields from growing as possible. Just keep the scout around. Get this farm up and then move down to connect our ivory. I don't really like connecting this ivory down here though, because it's a bit vulnerable to barbarians, to be honest. Yeah, the city's going to grow in 1, and then we might just assess the situation and try and give those bananas up to the capital. Philosophy next in 10 turns. Might be a little bit of a slow national. But I guess Gen hasn't been particularly fast to getting its buildings down. So it is what it is. And then we need to get probably the sheep up improved for food next to make sure we can start growing. 7 turns, 10 turns. Let's do this. At least until we get the tradition finisher. And then lighthouse next. It might kickstart this city to get a lighthouse. So let's get a lighthouse. We're going to grow. So we're going to grow to our faith focus. We can actually just go with this tile and we'll grow to our faith focus. Okay. Let's see if we can still get a chance at a religion. It would be good if we can. Nice. So we go into this. Okay. So, religion in 4. Very nice. We might actually get a religion on deity after all. Oh. Really? Assyria, really? Yeah. Do you want horses? No. Will you like us if we just give you gold and marble? We might have to give up marble here to Assyria in order to get them to like us enough to not war us.
No.
So let's just try and give up everything we've got, because, I mean, if they war us, they war us. And that's pretty much game over at this point. We maybe should have paid him to declare war on a city-state. I didn't think of that. We probably should have done that. Anyway, cities. Gen really doesn't need help growing at all. It's Tombuktu that will need the help growing. And I think, to start, what do? We probably want to power these cities with cargo ships. But it would really benefit us greatly to power up Tombuktu. No, let's send it to the capital of Gao. So let's just send this from Gen. That's fine. And we will, I guess, try and get ourselves... We're going to need the library soon. So 5 and 10. So we can probably do something like circus to library. Because we are going to need this happen. It's cool. Friendship with Assyria. Nice. So there we are. Our gambit paid off. Giving him all of our gear stops him from declaring war on us. So I think that has definitely worked. Why did I move this worker over here? Did I misclick? Don't know, but we'll get another farm up. Yeah, 8-turn growth there in that city. That's why it would have been good to... And we're definitely going to need this ivory up next. And we can send this as food to Gao. The reason we're really going for growth in the capital is because we can actually grow in 1. We do that? Yeah, that's growing in 1. The reason we're really going for growth in the capital is because of the tradition policy here, monarchy, that gives us -1 unhappiness for every 2 citizens in the capital. So every population you get in your capital, you can get 2 population in your capital for 1 population in your expands. So we just want to be doing that. It was really bad to give our marble away, but we had to do it for sure. Let's just be a tiny bit efficient with our movement if we can. Although we probably don't need to be too much. We grew in Gao, it's fine, we'll work that gold tile now. And we'll probably just want to be permanently working these gems from here on in because of the 3 production and 3 gold. They're kind of cool. Which is why I've locked it down, and we can just rely on some of these other tiles. In fact, if we actually want to grow, let's take off this 1-1 and just put it for a 2-0. Cool. Okay, so Gen grew, nice. Oh, we forgot to do the production focus trick. We're unhappy now. So I guess that's okay that we didn't really go for the food because it wouldn't have been worth a lot. Is there any way of... We don't need the food here right now, so let's work these ivory for the extra gold. We could buy another worker if we want it, but it's probably best to save the gold in case we do want to crossbow Assyria. We've got our philosophy now. We want to move towards civil service, so we definitely need something like mathematics, so we'll take that. We might want to go for engineering before mathematics to get a cargo between Tombuktu and Gen. But for the moment, we don't need to worry about it. We can just take mathematics and move well on our way there. I'm just going to unlock that. Notre Dame goes turn 57. Deity is crazy. Then we can move here towards getting our ivory up. And this, probably go and chop down these gems now. Actually, let's get this hill first before we chop down the gems. We obviously can't trade, so there's no point in chopping down the gems yet. Because we don't have any other AIs to trade with. Otherwise, we might have done it. We can probably try and get research agreements with Assyria at some point. We'd really like to kill them, though. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how we could possibly kill them. But it would be nice to do so. We need to clear this marsh so that we can get border expansion out to the gems. Cool. Camp up. 3.65 food in the capital. We can get that, but only if we nick one of these banana for a turn, which we certainly can do. So let's do that. Let's grow a turn earlier. Tombuktu, we can switch back to growing now. So that's definitely set up for growth. Then here in Gen, yeah, we're growing 4, but we'll switch the bananas back. As soon as we get these civil service tiles in Gao, we won't need to worry too much about working those bananas anymore. Okay, we got religion, great. So we go for Protestantism. I always pick Protestantism, although I'm not Protestant. I'm atheist. We'll take tithe, and we've got 8 faith per turn right now, which means that we could reasonably choose pagodas. Or we could choose something like religious community, but pagodas would be really useful to us, I think. 8 faith per turn. Is it reasonable for pagodas? So 1 pagoda is like 130. 8 faith per turn, 10 turns, 15 turns. Yeah, I guess so. If we actually go for shrines and temples, pagodas. So here that gives us a hint of what we should do next, which is try and get some shrines up so that we can get our pagodas out, because they're definitely worth a lot. And yeah, we'll lock these gems in now. As for these bananas, perhaps we take this back now. We'll just work another 2 food tile, and then we can give Jen the banana back and grow. Oh, we can't actually grow in one. Okay. Well, it's fine. We'll leave it like that just to accumulate some food, because we're going to finish the library next turn anyway. It's our capital that's a bit slow, and we'll get the shrine first because now we definitely want to focus on trying to get pagodas. Now we've got our religion up, we don't need to work this Mount Fuji quite so hard, but we will do. We'll keep working it. We'll probably put this gold in towards buying this fish pretty soon. In fact, if we want to buy the fish, we really should just do it now. 270 gold for the fish, sure. Only 80 gold it cost us. Cool. And so we've got some great tiles to grow the city now, which is brilliant. We actually only need 0.5 food to grow, but there's just no way of us getting that. That's insane. And then what do? I feel like engineering for the cargo, because we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 civil service tiles maximum for the capital. So it will slow us down by a couple to go to engineering. But we can get that cargo ship up. And then go towards civil service. It's like 4 techs for there, 2 techs for there. I guess that's fair. Go do this. Get the scout there. We've actually got Assyria sending the caravan to us now, which is a very good sign. Gen goes next turn. We are working maximum food and we're on production focus. Yes, we can go to our special tile now. So here we got the library. Definitely lighthouse next, and then we'll think about the shrine. Again, yeah, open borders, brilliant. We'll, I guess, just go and run through his lands and see what's what. There goes Oracle, turn 62 on Deity. People always say, you know, Oracle's something that the AI doesn't seem to prioritize. Well, they definitely are. And yeah, we can go for this tile next, so that's fine. We could actually even work this tile for extra food, but we'll do it when we're closer to growing. Library done, and then we can go for the National College. It'll be a little bit late for 3 City National College, but I guess we just had a bit slow library production. This is what it is, I guess. Probably just slow settler production in the capital, to be honest. Okay, so we need to clear this marsh so we can expand to these gems, but we don't need them anytime soon. So let's instead... We've got 1, 2, 3... We've got some great tiles here right now. So maybe we get the road first and go looking for that gold per turn. And then National College in 13, but Gal's going to grow in a minute and get this tile. So hopefully that'll be extra production for us. 13 turns, man. Turn 76, that's going to be in 3 cities. That's really slow. We lost our deal with Ashurbanipal, but we can finish tradition on turn 64, which is really good. Gold for gems, cool. Horses for gold per turn, sure. Let's get this road through the jungle. Okay, we grew. We've got this tile down now, so let's take this and we'll just expand and work these gems to make sure we get the National College down ASAP. Ooh, we could go for our Mud Pyramid Mosque right now. Interesting. A 5-turn workboat is too long really right now for a workboat. A 10-turn Mud Pyramid Mosque seems cool. Do we need the Colosseum? We actually probably will need the Colosseum, but we also need a Trireme, so let's go Trireme and then perhaps Colosseum. We are going to need the Colosseum though soon because we don't have any trade. The Trireme is to help us get some trade. Let's finish this road. Usually you would consider doing the road in bit parts, so like making sure to, you know, 1 turn, 1 turn, 1 turn, and then fill in on the way back. But I don't want my worker is wasting turns kind of moving in between this jungle. So I'd rather not do that at this stage. And cool, 7 turns on the National now, so not too slow. And all of these Assyrian troops, that is crazy. Nimrod got settled on that ruin. And then now we've got engineering. Now let's get currency and then horsebacks and then civil service, which means that we should really build this a cargo from one of these 2 cities. Probably in Gen. If we want Tombuktu to build the Colosseum, we'll build the cargo in Gen. I think Tombuktu is going to be overall the weaker city, which is why I would prefer to be building the Colosseum first out of there, because it's the one that needs to get most ahead of its production queue. And we'll just put 1 turn into a road and then stop, I think. It's just so that we can efficient our movement towards this tile. And then once we got this tile up, we probably want to do this road. Okay, Gen grew. We grew to production. Good. We actually want to work this fish now. And then let's go here, because we're just going to get the extra food and we can grow in 3. We got the lighthouse up. Let's get our, what do we want to get here? The cargo ship. Yeah, and we can grow in 3, work this tile for maximum cargo ship production. In fact, since it's still 3 turns, let's just do this for additional cargo production straight away. And we can go send our trireme out to meet the world. No chance of barbarians spawning along here, which is really good. Ashurbanipal's declared war on Wellington. Okay, so that's what he's doing with this war. No chance of barbarians spawning along here, which means we're not going to get any barbarians trying to pillage our cargoes. Hopefully the barbarians up here do something else, but I think they've been killed by Assyria. We'll just continue to work past Kaisel. How long until we get... Okay, so they're only -6 angry now. We need to try and complete a quest, but unfortunately they want a great general. Okay, this road's done. We'll get one more road with this, and we'll go and improve another food tile for Gao. We can quickly cheese in the production focus trick, because we can change our assignments in between turns here, because we're not on multiplayer. And let's keep working past Kaisel. Road, farm. And yeah, we grew to this. 2 turns for National College, so that's turn 72. So hey, we sped it up just a tiny bit. In fact, if we could find 3.9 production, it'd be even quicker, but we can't. And Gen will grow next turn. We need to make sure it's got production to grow to. So let's at least cheese some food out while we can. Oh, and we forgot to organise Tombok too, so let's do that quickly before the turn ticks over. Cool. Can we get through here? Nope. We might be a bit isolated for a while. Interesting. Didn't realise I'd done that. Okay, well, like that, it's fine. Oh, we're unhappy. Okay, that's why we had just a loose settler. A loose citizen going around because we're unhappy. That seems fair. Colosseum in 5 is going to be the first thing that fixes that, I think. Because we've got our ivories up now, unless we can buy a Lux off Ashurbanipal, which we can't. Yeah, we're going to have to fix the unhappiness with Colosseums and circuses. We'll go Colosseum first here so that we can Circus Maximus the capital. And we can actually grow in 1 if we get 0.25 more food. But, I mean, we're unhappy, so... let's just do this, I guess. Given we're unhappy, let's ramp up the production. We'll get this to start growing, and we'll do a Colosseum straight away in the cap. We'll try and solve our happiness problem, and then just work on this road. Over here in Gen, we need to get some extra food now. So let's just go put some farms up in expectation that we get happy. Man, we could really do with getting a city-state ally, but we just don't have much of a chance right now. We got a good goal per turn now, which will really help.
What is...
Still no way to meet other players, unfortunately. Gen grows. Yeah, we'll do that. We're not happy yet. We've got this tile upgraded. We can actually work this one for a moment while we're unhappy. Yeah, seems reasonable. And we'll just work on some of this stuff. We need to get some lumber mills up in Tombok too. Our spy's been recruited. Excellent. We can put this spy straight into Kaisel. I'm almost tempted about whether or not we should put it in Wittenberg in order to get the faith to go purchase those pagodas, but because Wittenberg is hostile, it makes just much more sense for us to put it in the cultural city-state in this instance. And we can bring this worker up to go put the road up across these gems tiles, I think. Okay, this road's done. We need to production focus trick and Gao, so we'll do that. Even though we're unhappy, I guess every little helps. 2 turns for the Colosseum, 3 turns for this Colosseum. Colosseum first in Gen so that we can build the Circus Maximus straight away. Gao grows, sure. This is going to be a great science city. Perhaps we can get by with 3 cities just because of how good a science city this is going to be, and especially if we can turn Kaiser into an ally early on, which we might be able to do by giving them our religion, a gift of gold, and then rigging the elections. See if we can meet some more AIs going down this way, but it doesn't look like we can. It's a shame. I'll build this road here just in case we need a road to Kaisel at some point, and then move up across there. And we'll get our 2 Colosseums done next turn so we can grow. So back to growth. Got 2 happiness to play with. May purchase with faith. I feel like that means missionary, not pagoda. No, 134 is a pagoda. Wow, okay. Bam. 1 pagoda, and then perhaps we'll spread the religion after this. Okay, so which city needs growing? Timbuktu looks like that. Gen looks like this. Guess we'll want to grow Gen most? Or do we? Which city do we want to grow the most out of these 2? Gen can work 1, 2, 3, 4 hills and a sheep in the end game. This can't really work very many hills. Gen doesn't look like it'll have much trouble growing, to be honest. Timbuktu might, maybe? I mean, yeah, 2 bananas and a fish plays just 2 fish and a deer. Not actually sure. But we need to get one city doing well. Let's just cargo Timbuktu for now. Or do we cargo Gen? Which is going to be most useful to us. Let's cargo Gen. I keep changing my mind, but let's cargo Gen because Gen can work production early. It makes a lot of sense to cargo or to send a caravan to a production expand in the early game. And we definitely want circus now, unfortunately, even though we'd love the Mud Pyramid Mosque. We could get one here though. Stable is +1 hammer. Stoneworks is +1 hammer, +1 happiness. Watermill is food. Watermills are most effective when you get them early, so let's go watermill first. And we've got civil service now, which means we'll be exploding growth, which we definitely are. Probably don't need to be working this random tile now. Let's just get more food. Christie's, workshops or education. 6-turn delay by going via workshops, and so I think getting the workshops out early will help us out more in the long run, especially if we fancy crossbowing Assyria. But Assyria are the largest army, so I don't think we'll want to crossbow them. And now we're working Kaiser, I guess we don't crossbow them either. So perhaps we just try and live it out on our 3-city sim right now. Doesn't feel great, but it might be what we have to do. But we will do our best to make our best of it. Maybe we can get religious community. Maybe we can get something else good, perhaps, to make things work. Production focus trick that. Can we grow in 1 instead of 2 here? No, but we can again do our faith focus for this city. We're getting circuses up, Colosseum's coming. Wellington has been captured by Assyria already. Unfortunately, we're going to need astronomy to go meet some more AI here, and it's probably going to be pretty crucial to do so. It's a shame there isn't like a Polynesia in the game that's met us. Yep, work that. I'm glad we're going pagodas because we're going to need every ounce of happiness we can possibly get right now in this game. We grow here next turn, so again we need to squeeze out some more food. Complete the watermill. No, let's not do this deal again. If he starts looking like he's coming to us, we definitely can do the deal again, but there's no need to give away happiness for no reason now. Watermelon 1, nice. We can sit up here with our scout just to make sure we know when Assyria is coming for us so that we can pay for that war. And then we can just, we need to improve the lumber mill. That is pretty crucial for Timbuktu because it needs production. So let's do that now. We're growing 1 here. Great growth explosions, like that's definitely the caravan. Good job we're going circus and Colosseum because we definitely need it. Let's see how long until we can get a missionary. 130, okay. I mean, hopefully our religion will expand to a city soon, but not really getting my hopes up. Send this trireme around the other way. Maybe there's a way around there, and definitely lumber mill this. I would love to chop that for early production, but it just needs to be a lumber mill at this point. And then let's get our mud pyramid mosque up because we're going to be wanting to do a lot of faith purchasing because we've got pagodas. And then the workshop, I guess. We should probably go workshop first, really, here. So let's do that. It's the whole point of going workshops before unis. So let's go workshop now. And we've got this road done. Cool. And then workshops here because it's workshops before unis. Colosseum and then workshop because it's workshops before unis. Hopefully that'll give us just enough growth. We've rigged our election for 19 here. Let's friend these guys because we do have 8 turns remaining. We'll actually have 500 gold in time to just pay for that. So let's wait until then. And then this caravan needs to continue going to Gal. And then let's just get 500 influence with the city-state and keep them our ally forever and power our early game culture. That'll be really cool, actually. We might be able to nick a good filler policy. I mean, maybe we take piety. before rationalism, just to make sure that we can get these shrines and temples out faster. For our I guess just to make good use of the fact that we need to be building our mud pyramid mosque. So it's that's good synergy there, I guess. Not sure why I didn't chop down that hill. I think I should have been chopping down that hill. But I wanted to get a couple more food tiles for Gao, and then we can trading post in all of this jungle. Normally, I would just be advocating for trading posts, to be honest, on all of these non-civil service farm kind of tiles. But because we've got so much jungle, we can trading post all of those for days, so we might as well just try and get our food out of these cities. Can we grow here? Yes, so we'll do that. We are growing here, and we're doing our best. And then here, we can't grow yet. Next turn. Okay, we're getting good growth. Probably let's try not to no, we're going to have to annoy Kaiser either way. Maybe we wait until we're friendly with them. Damthy _, hello. You can chop jungle river tile for civil service east of Gao next to the city. Yes, and I certainly will be doing that. Good suggestion. Thank you for that. I might well have forgotten it actually if you hadn't mentioned it. But I'm definitely, if we find we need food, we'll definitely do it. And I think we will need food. We're going to need all the growth we can get on this 3-city empire. 32 pop right now is not the worst thing in the world. Would love to kill Assyria. Would really love to kill Assyria. But they've got the world's biggest army. So we're not killing Assyria. Welcome to the stream today, Damthy. Good to have you here. We didn't production focus trick here, but maybe yes. But maybe we can sneak it in before the turn rolls over. Cool. I guess we did. Okay, filler policy time. What do we choose? Exploration doesn't make sense because we've only got 2 coastals and our capital isn't even coastal. Could go commerce. Commerce is a great policy to go for. Loads of gold. Piety would help us synergize with the mud pyramid mosques. Maybe we do that just because we need to get pagodas out. So in this occasion, I feel like we take it. And yeah, we're growing Gao. We're getting good population right now. I've got no problems with our pop. Let's just move through, guys. I'm sure one turn in their board isn't really the worst thing ever. We really probably should have been feeding Tombuk too, but we'll send it the next trade route. Maybe. Might have been a mistake to feed Jen. Jen is just already doing too well. What do? We definitely, this tile is definitely better here. Yeah, and then yeah, let's, as Dampy says, let's definitely go for this civil service tile next. We're going to get all our workshops out before uni, so that's great. That was exactly our goal. It's actually going to be a slightly late unis. Probably because we haven't met any AI. We usually get the known tech discounts, which we won't be getting right now because we haven't had the opportunity to meet anymore thanks to this fractal map, which basically turned out to be islands. I like trying to be kind of funky with them, with these map types, but you do just always end up on islands like this where you have like one AI or no AI and you just get a silly island that you're isolated all by yourself. It's not the greatest thing in the world. Yeah, Mud Pyramid Mosque, I think, in between the workshop and the uni. Hopefully we can acquire Kaiser's luxury resource before then. Oh, we should pay for Kaiser's allyship right now while this gold quest is remaining. Bam. And we can get the happiness from that. So cool, loads of culture now, which is really good. 13 turns until our next social policy, which means we should just run straight into acoustics. Yeah, here. Man, I don't. Probably should just delete the scout. In all honesty, I might do that. Seems to be just wasting time. Production focus. Check this again. We need to cut down this hill to make sure we've got production to grow to, or more production in the capital. Yeah, how long to grow? We need 2.05 apparently to grow to the next level. Could do this for a couple of turns, I guess. Like that. Need to make sure to keep that city growing. It's going to struggle a little bit for food. Really probably should have sent that city the trade route instead of sending the cargo to Gen. But we are getting loads of growth out of Gen for it, so that's not really the worst thing. We've got this workshop slot now. Let's work it, see if we can grab an engineer in 23 turns for a turn 110 wonder. It might be something like Taj, which would be great if we can get something like Taj. And then mud pyramid boss. We've actually we've got time to put one turn into something, so maybe we try and crank out stoneworks after that. Yeah, we're managing this city. Don't need to manage Timbuktu yet. Don't need to manage Gao. Probably do just want to work this. Oh, okay, we had a floating citizen, did we? What's all that about? Maybe we got a garden next in Gao, actually. See if we can get this engineer out faster. Take a pause for the union and then get straight back to the garden. I'm guessing we can't sail through here because we haven't met any AIs in Gen. But you never know. This is going to need to be in our borders. Okay, workshop done. Put a couple of turns into one turn into Mud Pyramid Mosque before going into universities. We're going to get our one turn into a garden here. I don't know if we value getting the engineers sooner. 5 turn unis. Because if we finish the garden, we will get the engineer a bit sooner, and that... Oh no. And that might be good for us in order to claim a wonder, but I don't think it's realistically going to get us one that soon. Okay, let's finish the mosque before the university. We might need the happiness and the culture for that. And we can, in here, what do we need? 9.55. Okay, well, we'll do that one turn and then go on. Probably afford to go uni first here. And we can faith purchase, and it's going to have to be a missionary. Or do we... we might enhance first. Let's wait till enhance now. But if our religion goes to any of these cities, we will certainly buy a pagoda. It would be ideal. Okay. So, keep moving. Can we get through here? Nope. Man. Seriously. Our deal with Ashurbanipal ended. And let's trade our horse for 2 gold per turn. Okay, Gao growing. Am I just not concentrating on Gao, or am I just getting citizens dropping everywhere? In any case, uni, that's fine. We're growing 1 in Gen, so let's do this. And then in Timbuktu, we'll get the Mud Pyramid Mosque out before the university. We definitely need all the faith per turn we can get. We'll probably go straight into Shrine here. I didn't realise we didn't actually get the Shrine. Kaiser election rigged, cool. Looks like we're probably forever friends with Kaiser now, which is great. Yeah, loads of food here. Keep chopping this stuff down. We've lost a bit of food for a moment, so we'll move that. And yeah, just keep looking for... Oh, nice research screen. Cool. Cool, well at least we're getting something out of our friendly Assyria neighbour, who was definitely intent to kill us earlier. Golden Age dawned. Nice. That's really early Golden Age as well. We've been running a good sort of happiness positive for most of this game so far. I like the fact that we've got Kaiser as allies. It's a shame we can't meet any more AI yet. We will definitely need astronomy. Maybe we even tech for that next. We want compass anyway for another trade route, and then we'll see. I gave up on crossbowing Assyria because they had like 100k in army, and look, they've already got muskets, so there's no way we could have crossbowed Assyria. Yeah, definitely good to give up on that. That would have been pretty deadly to have to crossbow them. There's no real need to get this as food as production yet. I'd rather maybe clear out that marsh so that we can border growth to this tile and then to the gems. So keep moving around. He's got Wellington, that's a shame. What do we do in this city? 3 turns into a growth. I guess we keep looking for our enhancer, but here again we need to do our production focus trick, I guess. And in here we actually need to do it too. Running out of growth of food tiles in the cities. Wittenberg's gone too, man. Looks like we don't know any cities. Whoa, what's this? Kiev. Hello. It's a shame we can't ally them in order to go and meet whoever is currently their ally. Don't really quite know how it works, but I'm sure that's not how it works. Okay, so an engineering 16. We got, oh wow, we got all of this jungle to work now. Oh my god. That is going to be pretty good for our science. All this jungle might be the thing that saves us from going kind of 3-city irrelevant. Wow. Oh my god. This is crazy. Do we want an engineer for a wonder, or do we just push scientists right now? Maybe we just push scientists. We need to work these scientist slots. Really bad to give up this gold per turn, though. But I mean, we can't afford to not work anything else. Maybe we do just for the interim. That where'd the citizen come from? Something like that, and work almost maximum science. That's really cool. We want guilds ASAP so we can get trading posts in those. Oh, and we can even do this here. Oh no, we can't. Well, I don't think we're not working that tile in this city right now, are we? We do need food here, although we benefit from the production for a start. We'll see. We will see. We need to get those tiles in our borders, and we should probably also claim this hill for ourselves. Make sure the city-state doesn't grab it, because Timbuktu is going to need all the hammers it can get in the late game. We could go for the Sistine Chapel, actually, after we get this garden out. 14 turns. We can't go for the Sistine Chapel. Yeah, 14 turns is not sustainable. We're just going to have to accept that we've got our cultural ally, and we are the Songhai with our mud pyramid mosques. I think that's what we're going to have to accept. Workers required. Let's get another worker after this garden. We need the workers to put all these trading posts down, because we need more production, so we've got to get that hill online now. And then once we've got all of our additional production, we can perhaps think about getting trading posts in all of these. We don't even have guilds yet anyway, actually. Let's make sure to get guilds. We'll go compass, guilds, astronomy, and then think about where we go after that. I'm guessing, because we're not going to generate an engineer, unfortunately, there's no chance for Taj now. But it's what it is. I would think about saving this for a trading post, but we absolutely need a production mine for Gao. We grew into this workshop slot, which is not what we needed. We needed to be going absolute food. Okay. Well, I mean, we needed to grow there, but we don't want to work it now. Okay, in this city, it's a city that's going to start struggling the longer the game goes on. So we want a workboat, and in fact, this is a perfect time for 2 workboats, because then workboats are now only 2 turns, and the +1 food from each of them is absolutely going to make a difference. Gen is going to be our strongest city for sure, so we probably want to build the cargo out of here. Oh, I didn't rig this thing. Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's because I've been trying to dirt this stuff over the end turn. I think that's where I've been getting all these unfortunate citizen placements. Gonna have to remember that. We've got a university here now, though, so we can actually go and drop this citizen in this jungle tile. And we can take rationalism, turn 97. Brilliant. Don't feel the need for we're still waiting for enhancer, right? Yeah, we've been waiting quite a while for that now. Nice. We do need to get working these uni slots in Gen, but I think we grow into them, so every growth we do goes into a uni slot. We don't expressly need to work too many uni slots before turn 100 either. So, oh, 0.45 to grow in 1. Man, we haven't been working this civil service tile for like 2 or 3 turns. That's so bad. Whoops. Well, we're working it now. We'll get our worker. We're going to need a couple of workers to make sure we can get all our trading posts at Taj on turn 98. Yeah, we never had over that either. Okay, so let's go enhance him, see what we can get. Religious community is still here, so we 100% get that. We are going to be really short on production, so anything is good. And we'll get religion spreads faster, in the hope that we don't have to buy more than like 1 missionary or something. Fishing boat, brilliant. Should we get the food? Seems Assyria are quite loyal, or is this the start of an invasion? Doesn't look like one yet. I'm going to have to remember that for later if Assyria are in fact a loyal civ. Okay, and this work can go straight out for trading posting. We've got 2 happiness, so we're going to need that Circus Maximus soon. I wonder where we build it. Capital could probably do with doing guilds. Here we need to build a cargo ship from somewhere. Okay, let's go Circus Maximus here in Timbuktu, and we can go cargo here. Let's do that. There goes Sistine Chapel turn 98, so we never had a hope in hell of that either. All of these good things that we want are just going really early today. We must have a wonder spamming AI in the game. We need to get ourselves a caravel at some point too. So let's remember that. Are we ever going to get Kaisel over to our religion? Maybe now that we've got the additional pressure, but we're going to need to convert one of our own cities first. Okay, so we've got our stoneworks. National Epic would be good, but our production's really low. Golden Age ended now, that's a shame. So National Epic would be good, but our production's low. Alternatively, we could definitely do with guilds. So let's go Writers Guild. And then we'll think about the Artist Guild, and otherwise we'll go for the National Epic. Let's just wait here. Yeah, probably nothing really else to do. Are we working this science? We are. Good. Yeah, so see, now we're going to be border expanding to this tile, which is great. And we're actually getting science from our gems. What do we do? Are there any tiles to improve in here? I guess we start trading posting. We need to think about how we get more production in this city. We're actually working this production tile right now. We're not allies with these guys anymore. What happened? Oh no, we rigged their election. Okay, cool. I saw in the corner of my eye, I saw the sparks go up from the city-state for a moment, which usually means something's happened to them, but it was just us rigging it, which was good. Yes, uni slots. We were supposed to go into those. Okay. We can probably actually afford to do this now and just go straight uni slot. And here, what are we doing? I forget why I moved this here, but we need to get more food, so let's just do that. And let's trading post. Need another worker. We should perhaps get another worker in Gao. And then research. Banking for the trade route probably, or machinery perhaps for ironworks. Let's go banking for the trade route. Oh, yeah, we're getting this guy. Ah, Harun al-Rashid, hello. Oh, and he's got copper as well. So we've got spare gems for that copper. And I guess we can go for cotton for this ivory, and we can buy silver if we need it for a King's Day. Which we don't yet, but cool. Yao loves the king. Now that's great. We love the King Day in the capital. That's the best thing that we could ask for. How did Harun meet us? Yeah, so Harun got a caravel. We need a caravel. My pyramid mosque and then caravel. That seems like quite a long time to wait for the caravel. What can we do here with our growing? Writers Guild. Oh, it's been really derpy with my assignment of stuff today. Does that mean I have to just reset all of this? I need a stable too at some point, but because it's only that horse benefiting, I haven't prioritised it yet. Okay, and then we've got this to go there. Sounds good. And then we grow onto that. And yep, now we're up to 38 culture per turn. Mud Pyramid Mosque will take us up to 40. And we've got Kaiser's culture as well. Oh, which we just lost because of Arabia. Korea, hello. Ah, Denmark, hello. Silk, nice to see. Let's trade gems for that. I guess we'll get our gems online. Oh, Theodora had furs for our other remaining King's Days, so let's just swap it for our marble. Really? You don't like us? Straight away? Why? Furs was your only one, that's why. Okay. And that's it. Okay, cool. So we met all the AIs because someone appears to have founded the World Congress. Yeah, Arabia's ally of Kaiser now. Our declaration of friendship with Assyria expired. We grew to this and we'll keep it on this for now. We're only on 12 food now. Why have we only got 12 food? Why is that? Oh, the caravan probably ended. There we go. And this cargo needs to go straight to Timbuktu. Okay, cool. So we're solving that growth problem here now, which is perfect. With this extra food, I actually want to go and do this now and go work the uni slots because it's turn 103, we need to. And then with our new population points, we can... oh, we need an observatory here as well. Yeah, with that food really couldn't come too soon. And let's make everyone love us by proposing what's fair. Cool. We need to get Kaiser as our ally back. How much do we need? 42 influence. What did Arabia do? Okay, we've got a great scientist generator. It's turn 104, so I'm inclined just to sort of stand it around and save it. And we can go and get more gold per turn out of these tiles. Let's go all gold with these workers. Do we go National Epic now? Or do we go Artist Guild now? I think National Epic is fine. Artist would be kind of useful though. Let's go for the Artist and then National Epic. We also need a market for more gold per turn. We're a little bit behind the build queue in the capital right now because it doesn't have much production. It's probably a reason not to go for the Artist Guild if I'm honest, but... yeah, who knows. Just sleep that. Waiting post time. Gen grew and we weren't concentrating. Oh, we grew to the production anyway. Cool. Yeah, we can stay on that. Get the mud pyramid moss down. Target's already gone, so we don't want to do that. So let's go for economics so that then we can make the decision between industrialization or scientific theory. Because with 3 cities, it might be scientific theory first here, but it depends because our production's really poor. So we might really benefit from factories. I think we just need to grow, to be honest. What was our population like? Oh, we're here. So we've got 48 pop right now and it's turn 106, so that's really low pop. Yeah, we're struggling. I like to be closer to 50, to be honest, by turn 100. So we're on a little bit of the struggle bus. Can we buy a missionary or are we Renaissance? No, we need to do something else. Yeah, the only way we get extra stuff out of these cities right now is by building a caravan in Gao. And so we should definitely take this caravan straight away. Because we've just gone into banking. These internal trade routes, they are really, really powerful, so we do not want to skip on any while we could build them. Yeah, we get this observatory here in Tombouctou. Keep moving around, getting gold from these trading posts. Send the food back to Gao. Assyria's really got 2 galleasses around our city. Really? I feel like he wants it again. Yeah, he covets our lands now. I tell you what, we did lose our declaration of friendship with him. What do we do about that? So he's already killed all of the city-states in the immediate vicinity. We did make him like us before by simply giving him stuff. But can we get him to declare war on an AI instead? We didn't get embassies with Byzantium.
Just snatch them all up.
Well, who do we... Maybe. If will he do anyone for cheap? 21 GPT and marble, so not Korea. Denmark 10 and marble. Rune, no. Byzantium 21 and marble. So it looks like we're going to be sending him to declare on Harun al-Rashid. Oh wait, no, Denmark. Is it 10 and marble? Or do we just... No, we probably just want to spend the GPT because we need the happiness. We're just going to end up spending all that gold that we saved on buying silver anyway. Okay, so unfortunately that's wrecked our gold, but it is what it is. 43 here. We're going to rig soon. We'll rig in 2 and then perhaps we can give 250 and get Kaiser back. We don't really want to spend all of our 500 on them. It might be worth saving it to spend the money on Kiev, to be honest. If we can get this quest and then drop 500, we might get close. Ah, Scott Snowley 2 says, Heyo, Scott Snowley. Welcome to the stream. That is a very enthusiastic hello, and I love it. Welcome. Oh man, I forgot to do the production focus trick here, but oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, so, hey Scott Nolly too, thanks for answering my question on your video in such a timely manner. Oh well, no worries. I do try and get back to all of the comments that get sent to me, although every now and again I do miss some for a couple of days, but I'm glad that I was quick enough for you. That's what I'd hoped. We definitely need to send production into Tombouctou here. It's struggling and we need to get this observatory out. And we got Chen. Okay, cool. Let's otter around for a moment. So let's have a look. Oh, Scott. Oh, were you the one asking about my streaming schedule?
Obviously, chords, melodies. There's only so many different things you can do. Yeah, you don't want to.
Felt like I recognise. Ah, yes, sir. Okay, yeah, Scott Nolly, nice. Yeah. yeah, Yeah, I was quite pleased when I saw your comment and saw it had only been 10 hours ago. I was like, that's good, because I like to get back to the comments quite quickly. But yes, I'm glad you found the stream. I must say, I've actually been pleased with the well, how well just uploading my China stream went. I uploaded it because I knew I wouldn't have time to splice it up into parts. So I've been quite pleased to see that people have actually enjoyed just seeing the raw stream content. Okay, what do we do here? Can we grow in one? No, we can't. But yes, welcome to the stream today. We are playing we're playing a Deity fractal game. I mean, I guess the stream says it all. So we're playing Deity on fractal map. We've unfortunately gone into 3 cities here. We thought about killing Kaisel at one point, but then we realised that 1, we could ally them. And 2, Kaisel started sending all their units to attack Tombuk 2. So we kind of had to peace out to stop them from doing it. So we've ended up on a bit of an unfortunate 3-city sim here, which is not the greatest thing in the world, because 3 cities is going to leave us sort of a bit low science. But we're hoping that with all of the jungle that we've got in Gao, and with the observatory that we can get in Tombuk 2, we might just be able to luck our way through a 3-city sim and not finish the game too late. But yes, Deity difficulty, fractal game. And Scott Nolly says, I'm currently playing a Deity Babylon game while watching you. Oh, nice. Well, do keep us updated how the Deity Babylon game goes. I hope it goes well for you. Deity Babylon, hopefully you're going to be doing better in science than I am right now. We've actually only just met the rest of the world, funnily enough. So our science has even suffered because of that, because we weren't getting the 5% bonus towards other people having researched the text that you have. Assyria looks like he wants to war us right now. Hopefully he doesn't. But we need to find a way to stop him doing that. And I wonder if we can't like friend him by just giving him 6 GPT. That worked before. And he loves us now. So maybe that will work again and he'll offer friendship. But we need to make sure that he doesn't war us. And yeah, we'll give Kaiser some gold just as soon as we get our city-state rig coming through to keep that culture up. Harold Bluetooth made peace with Harun al-Rashid. Oh, that's why Arabia was doing so badly. They were at war. Okay, what do we do with this city? Probably go and get some more food up. 3 tiles out is 1, 2, 3. This ring. So unfortunately, this is the next and only tile that Tombuk 2 will be able to work, but it is what it is. Let's go out there. I'm really glad about all this jungle. This jungle might be pretty game-changing for us. Now the question is, are we going to expand our religion to our cities? The answer is very much no. So, let's get a missionary. Let's spread to Gen and let's spread to Tombuk 2. And Gen is doing really good in terms of city growth now. We've got a nice 18 pot secondary city. Might even eclipse our capital at some point, which might mean we have to give over this banana. Maybe we do give over this banana because Gen is going to run out of tiles to work pretty damn soon. So if we work the engineer slot, oh no, that really reduces the amount of food in the city. We probably actually just need to find a way of giving extra food to the cap. We don't particularly need the production right now though. So let's go for artist skilled slots, and then I guess we just find a way of giving the capital extra food. There doesn't seem to be any other thing to do about it, because it's growing a bit slow. We're going to need freedom. We are going to need freedom. But let's hope we can get into industrialization pretty fast for it. Okay, we got our missionary, Gen first. Shoot that, and then if we hit Tombuk 2 with our religion, it might spread faster to Kaisel. And we want to convert Kaisel over. Secularism, brilliant. Okay, we can react to that. Okay, so yeah, then our religion might spread faster to Kaisel with the additional influence from having Tombuk 2 nearby. Anyway, we have a decision. What do we rig? Yeah, so we rigged in Kaisel now. So we're only 20 influence behind Arabia. So let's just go and get that allyship back. With 250 gold. We grew in Tombuk 2. And okay, so we got secularism, which means that we want to take, anytime we're working a hill for production, we want to go and straight away put that into the workshop slot, because we only lose 1 production, but we gain 2 science from specialists for secularism. So we absolutely should do that. So everywhere we're doing that, working a hill, we will go and work an engineer. In the capital, unfortunately, that means not working the gems. But again, we need all the science we can get right now. Oh, we built a caravel to go meet the rest of the world. Brilliant. This trireme's a bit redundant, to be honest. Maybe we delete that. What do we need? Gold is really pressing right now. So market. And then we might need to think about hermitage. keep getting some of these trading posts up. I'm glad we built these extra workers so that we could get these trading posts up faster. That would be big for gold. Jungle is really good for gold per turn. Oh, and we got this gems online, so we can go get that online for happiness whenever we need it, but we've currently got 12. Missionary to Tombouctou. Bam. Okay, cool. We might have actually lost our Pantheon in Tombouctou at some point, so it's a good job that we gave it another shot. I guess we got quite a classic fractal layout here, which is to have basically 2 different continents, all civs on one, and then 1 or 2 civs on the other, which is definitely what we ended up here, with Assyria on our side, and then everyone else everywhere else. So that's really bad to have a war civ next to us, but hopefully we can keep them at bay long enough to get some highly upgraded units to tackle them. Turn 1, 12. I think we're going to get a decent timing on schools, though. Maybe. Go to industrialization and then go in for schools, because it's only 4 turns. I think we've got really good science for this point in the game, because 4-turn industrialization is really fast. And we should try and get friendship.
Assalamu alaikum.
We've not known one another for long enough. Right. Can we like deal open borders or something to try and get friendship? Oh no, we could do with friending an AI somewhere, because we could do with more research agreements. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to be on the research agreement train because of our isolation. Let's go market and then we can go amphitheatre for Hermitage. I mean, we'll be on to factories next, but you know, when we can, we'll go on to amphitheatres. Oh, more gold. That's brilliant. Look at that, 2 gold now because we've got economics. That's really good. What can we do here? 5.7 foods. Unfortunately, we can't grow in 1 there. Okay. Keep moving on. We get our national epic up now, which is going to accelerate our great person generation. Claimed another science tile. Oh my god. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to work it. But it does mean our capital is really low hammers, which means we need ironworks. And we should really work some hills at some point. It might be that we have to give up working this science for a bit to get our hills worked for a while, just to make sure that we get all of this production out. So we'll wait until next turn and then we'll just do it. I think we just have to bite the bullet and go for it. Because we absolutely... It's good that we got a religious community. Without religious community, our production would be in the toilets. But we absolutely need to work production. It's because we don't have that many horses or iron. When you don't have much horses or iron, it actually makes it really difficult to get good production around your cities. That's why strategic balance is actually low-key really good. Because you can get horses or iron. And yeah, let's unfortunately give up our science for a bit. Unfortunately, we'll have to give up the science from these trading posts just so that we can go and get some stuff out of our production queue for the moment, because it's miles behind. This scout that's down here can be deleted. I remember we only kept it to try and clear some opportunistic barb camps, but well, Assyria's killed all the city-states, so no more of that. Let's go keep caravelling around. We need to meet the rest of the city-states. We haven't met them yet, so the caravel can be used to do that. We've got market. We need stable, I guess, because our production is low here too. First, we need the workboat. And we are production-focused tricking here, so that's good. We'll probably, instead of working the 3 production hill, we'll probably actually work the 2 production gems for the gold. Gold per turn from... Okay, our deal with Ashurbanipal ended, so we should get that back. We went to this tile. Oh, we're actually still on faith focus. We should be on production focus here. But we need to keep milking food for a bit. Now that we're sending a hammer caravan here, we can afford to do that. And yes, Gen grew and we handled that. Yes, let's cut down the forest on this iron, even though it's outside our borders, in the hope that we can get some iron to sell at some point. And we'll keep meeting city-states now. We got this artist that we'll save for later. I definitely always recommend saving your artists and your writers because I guess the basic thing about how it works with social policies, or at least how I think about them, is that you need a certain number of social policies to obtain your victory condition. If it's science, you need 6 in ideology, you need 6 in rationalism, and 6 in tradition. That's 18. And so 18 social policies takes a fixed amount of culture, and so you get the most culture by saving up these writers until the point where you can bulb them for the most amount possible. So we're going to try and bulb this. We're going to try and save this writer for a strategic moment, and we're saving the artist for a strategic moment when we could actually make use of the production bonus, which will be factories, I imagine. What are we doing, Tombok 2 for a turn? We talked about needing amphitheaters, so let's get one. We're not short on happiness right now. We can trade for gold from Assyria, so let's do that. We can swap our horses to them as well. Got to do that. Yeah, fractal maps. When you don't play in strategic balance, there's not a lot of hope, to be honest, of acquiring many strategic resources. But we have had the obscene luck of having 4 nodes of coal within our territory, 3 of which are workable hills. That is crazy good. Wow. You know what? That is insane. Yep. Pog. 4 coal. I know, that is absolutely brilliant. You know what? This is great. This is game changing, this coal, because our production was really on shaky footing before this coal showed up. And now we can go and build factories straight away. We've got a coal node as a mine in every city that we can just work, and that'll be game changing for our hammers. So let's go and work it. Since we actually don't lose any turns to grow by working this extra production, I'm going to switch to the production on the gems right now. And we'll go get a 9-turn factory here. And we'll go get this fishing boat down. Oh, no. Get this fishing boat down. It's even a bit of extra gold. We need to find a way to grab... Oh, Lake Victoria. Wow, okay. Lucky Byblos. Maritime city-state with Lake Victoria. That seems to happen quite often. We got a spy for entering the industrial era. We were first in. On Deity, we were first into the industrial era. Wow. Okay. We need to go get our factories up. So it's 9-turn factories in the expands and an 8-turn factory in the capital. That coal is game changing. And let's go get a golden age going so that we are 8 turns in factories in all of our expands. Apparently 7 turns in the capital, which is good too. 10-turn growth in the cap. That's going to have to be what it is. We're actually still in the King's Day, so that's going to go down. We could perhaps do with trying to find some friendship with Byblos. But we don't really have the gold for it, to be honest. Or do we? So we're 111 behind Arabia in Kiev. I don't know if we try and get another cultural city-state or whether or not we actually try and pursue the maritime one for food. I imagine the culture is going to be stronger for us over the long run, so let's go for Kiev. It's a shame not to go after Byblos though, and we need to make sure we don't get declared on by Ashurbanipal still. That's got to be something that's on the forefront of our minds. We can sell the AI coal, so we should absolutely do that. In fact, we'll sell it to Harun for his silver, and then we will just sort of sell all of our remaining coal to whoever will take it. Definitely want trades with Harun because we want to get his friendship. We unfortunately don't want Denmark's friendship because it will annoy Assyria, because we paid Assyria to declare on Denmark. So even though they love us, we're just going to trade. We're not going to friend them. We've given away all our coal, but that's fine. We don't need any more than the 3 that we've got right now. We'll even get more from this 7 coal node. We've got 3. Oh no, we've got 2 7 coals and 1 3 coal node. All workable. That is insane. I love it. And we should absolutely work that coal in this other city too. There's no reason not to be doing that. Okay, brilliant. And we've even got 76 gold per turn right now. So this is actually turning out to be quite a good gold game. I like it. So we're going to get scientific theory in 4 turns, and then we're going to have just a couple of turns wait to get these factories out, and then we'll go straight into the schools. We might actually purchase a school in our capital because our capital is so behind its production queue. It might make sense for us to purchase that school. Let's get that extra coal online so that we can farm the gold per turn off the AI. We're going to expand to the iron. 2 turns. We might as well stay here if we're going to get the iron in 2 turns. Assyria doesn't look like they're going to war us yet. They're still at war with Denmark. We need to keep tabs on them to make sure they don't come kill us. Yeah, 2 maritime city-states. It would be really good to get that extra food because Gao is short on it, and we're going to feel that late in the game if we don't deal with that. I mean, our spy in Kiev is probably going to be good enough to keep us friendly. But if we become friends with the city-state... Oh man, they're both hostile. Oh, well, oh no, this one's fine. Okay, yeah, I mean, if we give 500 gold to this city-state, we'll be getting the 2 food for our capital, right? Yeah, you get 2 food per turn from the capital for being friends with that maritime city-state. So let's drop 500 gold in the city-state for food. I guess that means we can't purchase the school in Gao now, but we actually need the population. Badly. Freedom will be good for that. But we don't have freedom for now. More iron to sell, more food in Gen. Can Gen grow next turn? No, it can't, but we'll adjust that next turn. But 2 grow next turn, it can't. We'll adjust that in the next turn. And we get scientific theory next turn. Yeah, Denmark is correct that Ashurbanipal does want to declare on us. But hopefully, because he's at war with Denmark right now, he won't do it. We do need to manage that. We need to make sure we don't get declared on, because that will ruin the game for us, for sure. Well, that could be a food tile. No, actually, no, it doesn't need to be. Okay, humanism next. Cool. Humanism turn 1, 2, 1. It's not the fastest ever, but it will do. And then we'll go for electricity. So our golden age ends in 2 turns. We should get our factories out in 4. Yeah, I think we're going to build up just enough of a buffer to get the factories out in 4 turns. Let's go school in after factory here. School in after factory here. Can't buy the school. Might have been a waste to spend the gold on the school anyway, because schools are... How much are schools? Yeah, it would have been 500 gold. So we actually paid for food instead of a school. Yes, let's work together with Arabia. Research agreement next turn. We could do with getting friends with Assyria too, but they haven't gone for friends. But RA for Assyria for sure. Okay, and the scientists can just sleep. And let's... Do we need to... We probably need to lumber mill this in case we need production in the end game, but actually no, we don't. We're not going to need that. We're going to be working specialists in Gao. So let's just chop it down. And we've grown here, and in fact, it probably makes sense to work these lumber mill tiles now. Especially because it's only 1 turn in growth in this city. Let's do that. And we got a growth here, and we didn't properly manage it. I expressly said we should do that, and I forgot. Anyway, Scott Nolly 2 says, have you played Civ 6? And if so, what are your thoughts on it compared to Civ 5? I have actually not played Civ 6. Yeah, I never got round to it. One of my friends bought Civ 6, and I kind of like the graphical layout of 5, and when I saw the graphical layout of 6, it sort of turned me off of it a bit. But to be honest, that shouldn't be the reason not to play the game, although I guess, how you like the look of it probably should come into it. But I haven't actually gone on to 6. All of my friends play Civ 5. I am an awful lot better at Civ 5 compared to Civ 6. So I've decided to stick at 5 for now. Perhaps if I can no longer find multiplayer games on 5, that might make a difference. But right now I do enjoy a bit of Civ 5 multiplayer too. Anyway, Assyria looks like he might want to war us. So we need to investigate the possibility of paying for a war from him against someone else. It looks like Byzantium or Korea, so let's pay for Korea. 14, 15, 16. Yeah, okay, 16 gold per turn for that war to Korea. It has to be done, unfortunately. We can get friends with Korea now. We should probably not do that. We don't want to annoy Assyria because that'll be bad. Sorry, this caused a divide between us. Okay. We need to get... Do we need wine? No, we don't. We need furs. But we can buy this Lux off Denmark for the moment. Is wine. It will stop city-states asking for us to quest it. But also make sure we keep that happiness up. It'll probably help progress us towards the next golden age. Okay, yeah, so factories next turn. Our golden age ended and our factories didn't finish last turn, but good factories done in 2. So it is indeed going to be 4-turn delay on schools to get these factories up. No, but that's fine. Schools up turn 130-ish is not the worst thing. Frigates from Denmark already. It's understandable, I think. And what do we need to do now? We need to go and get this hill up. We've got this iron up, so let's move into one of these jungle tiles and get a trading post on that jungle tile. Move this writer, keep him safe. Oh, our golden age ended, and so we should probably actually just bulb these. We'll bulb the other writer next turn, and that'll get us free thought. And hopefully an ideology policy too. So that'll be a nice bit of universal suffrage. Yep, so cool. Bulb those, take free thoughts. And 6 turns. Until we get... Ooh, we could buy... We took pagodas, but we only ever bought 1 pagoda. We've got the chance for a pagoda now, but at 260 faith, I don't think it's worth it. We should probably just save this faith. And let's go... We 100% need freedom in this game because we need civil society. So we'll take that, we'll take avant-garde for the great person generation, and then in 6 turns we'll take universal suffrage for the happiness. Gal group, we didn't really manage the growth properly, but we definitely want to be working these trading post tiles for sure. And now we've actually got respectable food in the city again. Still not good though. Bucharest, hello. Let's go trading post that. Don't probably want to chop that jungle down. So just going there. This is going up there. Oh, no, there. And yeah, save the faith. World's Fair. Yes, let's enact the World's Fair because we don't have any wonders yet. Oh, I don't like enacting World's Fair during school's time. But yeah, I don't think we can downvote our own stuff and not get it passed. The social policy would be valuable, but we've actually already got all the science social policies we need. But it would push us towards I mean, I guess we just take it. We're only going to need to put 3 turns or 2 turns into the World's Fair anyway. It's just a shame to delay schools when we're already delaying schools. Yeah, so World's Fair passes, cultural heritage sites passes, but we've got no wonders. World's Fair. Yeah, so it really sucks to have to be doing World's Fair right now. But it is what it is. It always happens when you propose World's Fair as that first proposal. It always comes down at school's timing. That's just the way it goes. And then because we're freedom, we're going to go beeline straight for replaceable parts. No sense in delaying that. And we can propose natural heritage sites next because we actually have a natural wonder. It's a shame we're not getting any culture from cultural heritage sites. We lost friends with Kiev, but I think we're going to rig there in 4 turns, so we'll get that back. Let's go keep scouting. Hopefully most of these city-states are coastal. In terms of production, we might need this mine. So I'm going to chop down this jungle, but we're trading post this tile. I'm trading post there. We can give away iron to some AIs, so let's do that. And the new coal that we acquired, we can also give away to the AIs. So iron for 2 GPT. Definitely cheese that. And then we'll go start selling Assyria coal, perhaps. I don't know why Assyria wants loads of coal. Because he doesn't need it for factories, but I guess ironclads. Perfectly fine if Assyria goes and builds ironclads. Okay. We've got another artist, and we should probably put them down for Golden Age for schools and World's Fair. 1 more turn on the World's Fair. We had a deal end with Haroon, which was cotton and copper for gems and ivory. Perfect. We could really do with the We Love the King's Day in Gen. We could also do with claiming pearls, to be honest. How do we get those? Can we get pearls from anywhere? Because we could really do with the King's Day in the cap. Who's got it? Denmark has 1 copy. What'd you do for that? 25 gold per turn and open borders for just pearls? Ooh. I almost want to pay for it, for the pop. But 25 gold per turn is a pretty steep price to pay. That's a lot of gold. Over 25 turns. That's a lot of gold just for that. We're going to need gold for other stuff. Let's not worry about it. Although King's Day is a lot, isn't it? Singapore, hello. Oh, I don't know. I do not know. I mean, we are going to need every inch of gold we can get. Right, we can finish the World's Fair now. Let's take that out. We might need some more culture at some point, so we should think about that. Keep this caravel ticking over. Yeah, I know. I don't want to send 25 gold per turn just for a King's Day in the cap, but it's a pretty massive gold boost, isn't it? Or growth boost. It's about the last time we should be doing it. You know, I'm feeling pretty insecure about our pop, so why not? That's a really stiff price to pay. But let's get the King's Day in the capital. Currently at 18.75 excess, and we've gone up to 22.5 excess, so that's bought us 4 food. I guess it is what it is. I wanted to test that out, see whether or not it was ever going to be worth it. Seems like it wasn't. We just had a deal end with him as well, so we could have done it for that. And that was such a bad choice. Oh well. We have done it now.
Let's go.
That is what it is. We could try and get the King's Days for our X-bands. Let's see how much that would be. The gems, marble, and 9. That's again a steep price. We could get King's Days in both of our X-bands. World Wars fair down, social policy for us, and 500 points towards Golden Age, which means we'll hopefully keep the Golden Age spinning. We'll take Universal Suffrage, which takes us up to 23 happiness. And then, yeah, keep sending food to Gao for a second. You know what? Because furs is both stuff, we will actually give up a little bit of happiness just to get this. Cool. And we'll get furs for King's Days in Gen and Timbuktu as well. What's our pop looking like? 60 pop right now. Yeah. I'm going to struggle. Okay, a great scientist born in Gen. We'll just sleep it there. Oh, and we found Mount Kilimanjaro. Okay, nice. Who is that? That's viable, so that's for Denmark. And yes, our cities love the king. Cool. Elections rigged. And we've got another social policy, so let's make that... What can we make it? Could make it more faith right now. Or we could go for happiness from mints, banks and stock exchanges. And then work our way towards that 6 infantry policy. And let's work towards maybe a hermitage first. We need to get this amphitheatre here. Yeah, hermitage sounds good. Get some culture out. We've got decent culture. Thanks to having a city-state ally for most of the game. But it's certainly not exceptional culture. We grew here, so we can just keep dropping this for these mad tiles. I'm glad we're getting more growth out of Gao again. We really need it. We're probably going to have to grow Gao longer than we'd like as well. Just to make sure that we actually get to a respectable population by the end of the game. And we haven't been working school slots for a couple of turns. F. What do we do? Maybe give up these production tiles, because we've got decent production right now. And school slot. Actually, one of these just flat 2-1 farms is a better choice to give up here. And then school slot next turn. Hopefully that school won't come to bite us in the butt, but I don't think so. No need for open borders for Harun al-Rashid. Not unless it's freedom, but he's not, he's order. Golden Age ends. Gen grows, and yeah, 6 turns until a natural Golden Age. And we need to work this school slot. So again, we'll probably take production for the time being, and then go back onto working it, especially if the Golden Age is over. Once the Golden Age is back, it makes more sense to work our luxury tiles again. Say we're done in the capital. We've been waiting a long time for that extra hammer. We'll just sort of backfill some buildings. We want hermitage, so let's go. We want bank first, to be honest, so let's go bank first. Bank here. And then we can go amphitheatre followed by opera house. Are we going to have enough faith to be able to faith purchase the building? No, we're probably not going to be able to engineer statue. It would be good to engineer statue though, with our faith purchase, because it saved us quite a lot of production at quite a critical point in the game. I don't know how long we've got until we can buy a scientist, buy an engineer. 14 turns. Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like we're not going to get any social policy anytime soon. If we wanted that, we should have taken the one in piety, which actually might have been a really good idea. We're a bit short on faith. We really would have loved to have engineered statue, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Now, some of the deals I was paying at Shabanapal for have ended now. And he looks like he's moved his units back towards us again. So perhaps that is cue to pay for a new war. 18 gold per turn for Byzantium. Well, we've got to pay what we must to stop him from warring us, because we're not quite ready yet. Amphitheatre done, opera house next. This guy, what does he do? Probably spam some trading posts. This cargo can absolutely feed Timbuktu for one more round, because we're before turn... Oh, what have we got? And this caravan can definitely feed Gao as well. We're before turn 140, somewhere between turn 140 and 160 is where I like to convert all of my food caravans to production. So we're not there yet. Syrian autocracy. Yeah, that's not going to be good for our friendliness. 62 pop now, so we still need to try and claim a lot more population before the end game here. Otherwise we are going to be really struggling. And this worker. Yeah, we just need to trading post up a load of stuff. So let's just trading post all our stuff now. And this caravan continues to be production for Timbuktu for sure. We don't need the growth there so much. Anyway, this city has got way more than enough food than it ever needs. So we will convert our non-civil service farms to trading posts for the gold and the science. And here we actually do still need the food, so we'll work this random 2-1 tile. We've got a bank, get a stock exchange for sure, we need the money. And in Gao, yeah, we're just working on our hermitage now. Replaceable parts in 5, and then we're pushing for plastics and radio. We need another friend, but we don't have another friend. Will Denmark do it? No. Will Assyria do it? Also no. I wonder if we get the we traded recently with Denmark, perhaps they'll do it. So let's just give them 6 gold a turn for the we traded recently and see if they turn around and give us friends. It's worth the gambit for sure. I don't think they're going to do it. That's a shame. Sleep the scientist in Timbuktu. What do we need to do now? Probably just convert a load of these tiles over to trading posts in this city while we've got so much food there. Trading posts spam will allow us to get loads and loads of gold in the end game, which is absolutely what we'll need to make up for this lack of production if we go for war. If we go for peace, obviously don't know what we'll do. Opera House next. Yeah, Gao is low on excess food, but that's the problem when you've only got 3 cities. You can only send 2 internal cargo ships or internal trade routes to your capital. Gen grows, pop 23 now. Work all of this production. Yeah, we're going to have to hard build statue. 710. We've got quite low production in our capital, so it might be a painful build. But at least we're going to have a golden age for it. Let's keep on our quest of converting non-civil service farms over to trading posts. Now we've got this opera house up, we want a bank in this city of Gen. Again for the happiness, but also just for the money. And what can we one turn here in the cap? Let's overflow 1 turn for statue by building a walls. Don't know if we're actually overflowing anything, but hey, let's try it. And then this worker is done building this trading post here, so we get one over there. Trading post done here. We can actually trading post these tiles, they're in range of the cap. This one is done. Okay, we'll see what we can do. We actually need to get this jungle done up here. This jungle is worth working and it's worth trading posting. Okay, statue tech out, walls complete. How long? 11. Well, we're going to have to bite the bullet and go for all 11 turns. Unfortunately. Byblos wants us to pledge them. That seems okay. We've lost our friendship, but we can deal with that. Let's put our new spy into Byblos because we definitely need that food. And then let's pledge them for the influence. If we have to give it back, we give it back. We can build hermitage in this city, but we don't really need it. Zoo, I guess, probably being the main thing. Let's keep trading, posting everywhere we can. Yeah, another food cargo round to Gen, just because again I feel like we need the pop. We don't expressly need the hammers right now, especially not if we're going to get a statue in this city. Plus, it keeps its food high for while we work all these gold tiles too, while we're converting them over to trading posts. This writer, we're in a golden age of 10 turns, so we'll just hold it. And we're going to want to keep this golden age going, the one for the artist that's about to come out, because it's going to be lab time as soon as the statue is done. So we might as well just go ahead and bulb this artist right now. We don't need to wait 9 turns before bulbing it, and let's save ourselves the gold per turn. And then in about 5 turns we'll bulb the writer for Freedom Infantry, I think. We need to get Denmark on side, but we can't make them host, so I guess we just vote Arabia again. We can sell horses to someone.
He'll die.
Try sell them to Denmark. We didn't get aluminium. I just noticed that. That's pretty bad. I guess we're just going to have to deal with that. All of our coal deals ended, so we're going to have to redo those again. 5 coal for silver was actually a reasonable deal. I guess we'll carry on. Yeah, all of our coal deals ended, so we need to get those back. Working the production tile actually seems to have cut a turn off the statue. Let's do that. I mean, why not work a production tile, cut a turn off the statue? We can probably actually work a factory slot. We haven't been doing anything with engineers. And that gives us food as well that way. And the production that comes with it. And it still gets the statue down by 1 turn, but at least we get an extra bit of food out of that, which we keep saying we absolutely need. We do. Okay. Timbuktu did a zoo now. Timbuktu is way ahead of its production queue. That's crazy. Alright, well, barracks, I guess. We'll get started on building up military buildings in case we need them. We can 1 turn a stable in Gen before going into the stock exchange. I wonder actually if we go and roll out this hermitage first ahead of the statue. We don't have any freedom contesters, I don't believe. So autocracy, order, aesthetics. Yeah, we don't have anyone contesting us in freedom, and maybe working through these social policies would be better for us. I mean, it's... Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Let's actually hermitage first. Oh, and I forgot to redo all these deals. Talk to Denmark, please. Okay, let's get all of these coal sales back. That was actually bolstering a large part of our GPT. Hopefully we'll get a research agreement from Harun al-Rashid through soon. Let's see how many turns away that is. Yeah, 5 turns. So that'll power us to labs in 5. So we are actually going to have to take a bit of a break from building statue for labs as well, but we'll get back to it. Keep leveling up our gold per turn. We've got lots of opportunity for trading posts right now. Freedom infantry we'll take with our next social policy for sure. So that's 6 foreign legions. It's a low-key really good policy. I mean, you know, it takes you quite a while to get 6 infantry out of your cities. So taking all these foreign legions will make us so much more defensible against Assyria, who already has great war infantries themselves. And they're currently at war with Byzantium, and we will probably have to pay him to war someone new. 24 gold per turn to war Harun al-Rashid. We're going to have to pay what we must, unfortunately, because he looks like he wants to war us. And then barracks and armories, and then we can start spamming army out of Timbuktu, and hopefully then we won't have to do any of these stupid deals with Assyria again that take up all of our gold per turn. Once we get lab tech though, we'll be able to upgrade all these foreign legions into infantries, and that'll make us look a lot better. Ban luxury pearls past. We actually bought those recently. We can't do wild ideology, but let's just try natural heritage sites again. Maybe we'll get lucky and push it through. How are our trading posts doing now around Gen? I believe they are actually all being worked on. Yeah, so every possible grassland tile around Gen now has a trading post on it, which means we're working maximum gold. That's great. Oh no, banana fort. I guess banana fort. And then here, again, all possible tiles, I guess, have been trading posted. Apart from one up there, so we'll go do it. Scientists can wait. We've got a decent amount of scientists saved up, 4 so far, which is nice. If we can get another round of 4, that'll take us to 8. If we can try and squeeze out a 9th generation before we build Hubble telescope, that'll put us in a really good position. We will definitely need it as 3 cities. Because our end game science is not going to be good. Okay, Gen doesn't have any more land tiles to work. Or does it? It definitely does, because we can move over to this science and give away a science tile to Gen. So let's do that. And that's loads more science, so that's good. Working extra science with that. 8 turns until the next growth, so the growth in Gen is definitely slowing down. I guess harbour in Timbuktu, because that'll lead to a seaport later. And we'll just banana fort here as well, I guess. We'll do lots of stupid banana forts. Okay, and 8 turns for Liberty, but we're going to get labs in 3, or 2 even. So we're going to have to again stop building Liberty in order to get labs up, but then we'll finish Liberty after that. I don't think we're short on hammers. And then, yeah, walls in this city. There's nothing. We can put 1 turn into Great War Infantry, actually. That would be pretty valuable, because Assyria is looking pretty tetchy over there. Yeah, loads of gold. 82 gold now coming from Gen. 66 only from the capital. The Gen is definitely our gold city. I'll be glad to get this stock exchange up in 3 turns. Although we actually got plastics through now. Let's, while we can, get another research agreement through with Harun al-Rashid. In tech, we're actually still 11% behind him, which is actually a little bit concerning. But I know, I don't feel like our tech game is going too bad, so I think he's just flying right now. We should make sure to try and address that at some point. We're growing 1 in Gal, we'll go to a production tile, that's fine. Tombok 2 will do the same. And we've got lab tech. So, because we are 3 cities, because we are short, let's buy a lab in the capital. I haven't done that for a while, but let's do it. Let's try it now. That sounds like a good idea. And then we can keep working on statue in the meantime. And we've got this immediate extra science, which is good for us. We again don't have many friends in the world. We traded recently has run out with Denmark, unfortunately.
Let's go.
I mean, if we try and give him another like 5 GPT, see if that just convinces him to friend us. Because we really need a research agreement. I mean, every research agreement is worth a scientist, really, probably, so we need it. No, he's still not friending us. So we're kind of just wasting gold right now, but... Oh! Gao demands wine. Wine is available from Denmark. So let's pay for that. And, yeah... Time for growth to slow down a bit in the cap, I guess. 27 is perfectly fine. There's so many good tiles here, though. We could do with growing it, but we need this production. And we'll work the production in this city now, too. We barely have any more room to grow here. But we'll stagnate it once we get this next pot. We need every single little piece of pop we can get. How many pops do we... We have 70 pop right now. That's really low. We've got all of this jungle, so we'll have reasonable science, but you know, it's never going to be good on 70 pop. This is why you always want 4 cities if possible, because our population is just not good. And we never converted Kaisel over to our religion, unfortunately. We've got Gao loving the king though, so that's again got us up to some good food. We're really actually getting a lot of bonuses from We Love the King's days right now that are really helping us. We actually only need 1 more turn of working this to get statue down by a turn, so let's leave that like that. And since there's nothing else for the workers to do, we'll just kind of sleep them in wait of... Yeah, we'll just sleep them lying in wait. How many? We've got plus 22.4 food here, so we can afford to convert a couple of these tiles to trading posts as well, probably. Yeah, let's do that. Let's convert a couple of tiles over to trading posts around Tombok 2. It will be extra science, it will be extra gold, both of which will be good for us. Let's move for biology. See some oil. We need to pay for a war on Harun al-Rashid. Maybe it's Korea that wars them. Because Harun is getting a bit carried away. No, will Harun war Korea? He might. Will he war Denmark? He won't. Will he war Byzantium? Still won't. Will Byzantium war Harun? No. But will Denmark war him? 11 GPT. Fine. Needs to be done. Okay, and my expands now demand sugar, which is unfortunately not something we have. Okay, well, that's good. We've got plenty of food in our cities that we can turn into production on trading posts for science and gold in the late game. And we've got 2 turns for statue now. I think I can go work the food now. Yes. Cool, and then we'll actually have respectable production in our capital once statue comes down, so not to worry there. AIs don't need coal anymore. Oh, we have lab tech now, so we should definitely upgrade all of our foreign legions to infantry. A lot of the coal deals ended. So let's sell those back. We definitely need every piece of gold per turn we can get. It's a real shame we've only been able to find 1 research agreement, Deity AI ally, because it's kind of really punishing for our science right now. We absolutely need it as 3 cities, and we're just not getting it. Okay, so iron we can still sell, but the AIs just don't value it as much anymore. 2 for 3 perhaps? No. Probably because they dislike us for ideologies or something. I guess we can... is there any way of 2 for 2ing this? All the AIs have gone like different ideologies to us. Okay, Byzantium bought an iron for a good deal. Good price. Korea did too. Byzantium's not actually chosen an ideology yet, but otherwise we have a couple of orders and like autocracies or something. We're still bidding pointless banana falls. Very well, I won't let this create a divide between... Oh, I have to lose 20 influence with Byblos. How far behind are we? 56. I don't want to anger Denmark. Let's just lose 20 influence because we got up to 88, so we can go down to 68. Manhattan projects from Harun al-Rashid. My word. Okay. Probably take the piety policy now with our liberty thing, just so that we can try and churn out some extra faith. And then we'll go straight into stock exchange in Gao. And now we've got loads of production from specialists, which is great. We need to decide to stagnate at some point in order to work more production and science. But maybe now is not quite the time. Sleep all these new infantry we just built. We're going to get our labs up in our expand soon. Gen actually needs a production tile to grow to. So we'll just give it the factory first for the production. And it can grow onto the coal. Timbuktu can't grow next turn, but that's okay. We'll get a lab down. How good is our pop? 70 still. So we're up to 71 now with that growth in gen. We're paying a ridiculous amount for pearls, so we finally ended that deal. So you're saying growth, or, you know, like the food and the hammers. That's 5. We need the hammers right now, I guess. Let's keep thinking about that. And yes, what, the coal? Yeah, we're working every jungle tile that we've got, which is the most important thing. And then these other trading posts afterwards are not so important after that. And then in Timbuktu, we're going to have to keep working on... how much food extra do we have? Yeah, cool. We're trying to replace this tile. We won't go under. We'll just keep working around replacing tiles in Timbuktu, and it'll grow as fast as it grows. In fact, we need to go into the lab slot here. And then it can actually grow onto a mine. Biology next turn, that's good. We need to refuse all these open borders. We need to take, I guess, the money policy and rationalism next. Sounds good. Make sure our gold is up. We're now at 130 gold per turn. Silken gems from Harold Bluetooth ended, so let's get that back. We're actually trading away our last copy. Didn't even realise. Maybe we go and improve the gems that was around our other city now. Oh, oil. Nice. We actually have workable oil inside range of Timbuktu. So let's get refrigeration next so we can go put a workboat on that. And then we'll go infantry workboat seaports, perhaps. That's good. Another great tile to make this city better. And yeah, so we're done putting trading posts everywhere that really needs trading posts now. So, I mean, we're never going to work all of these tiles in the cap, so I'm just going to come back and sit in weight of railroads. Banana forts are done. Yeah, so Gen is now down to 10 turn growth because we haven't been able to acquire anything new. I think it's fine for it to slow down there. Yeah, we don't need to pay a ridiculous amount for those furs either. That's happiness back. In fact, that's the gems back. Unit promotion, cool. We got infantry promoted. Let's just keep all of our units sat around. We've got 7 infantry now, which is going to be better defense against Assyria. We should probably build some roads out so that we can actually do that defense if we need it. Stock exchange done in the capital, so now 158 gold per turn, which is brilliant. Grand Temple 100% required next because we need every inch of faith towards this end game. Arabia actually has spare furs. Let's pay 8 for that if we can. 9, okay. Keep the happiness up while we can. We need to find a way to perhaps gain some sugar. Anyone got it? I've got a feeling sugar is the city-state luxury somewhere. It's actually Byblos' luxury. Biblos wants us to acquire aluminium, and we're only 79 behind. So, Harun, we will buy one of your aluminium for a gold per turn, and then next turn we'll snipe your city-state. I'm sorry. And then that will not only get us a food maritime city-state ally, but it will also get us the sugar for the We Love the King's days in both of our expansions. Byzantium goes order, of course they do. Okay, so we've got mega friends with Byblos. We're now only 39 behind Arabia. We actually weren't as close as I thought we were, so we might have to wait 3 turns. But 39 is also 500. Let's just do it now. Okay, stock exchange done in this city. Perhaps harbour next for seaport. Don't need the zoo yet. We need to work our scientist slot. And how do we best do that? Don't really want to give up the production at this point. Actually, we've got plenty enough production that we can give up the production. So let's just do that. Work the lab slot. And then over here, what do? We finished our workboat, so we're working on a seaport. This workboat just comes over and waits until we get refrigeration next turn. This was food to Gao. We're now plus 18 food in Gao. It's 157. So it might be quite a late game before we manage to convert it over. We're only at 73 pop though. I really don't like sending out food trade routes right now. But I feel like we also need every population point we can get. For that reason, I'm going to violate a rule that I almost always stick by and send that out as food, even though it's turn 157. I would normally always convert those to production caravans, and we actually have another caravan to build because we got the one from oil. And we got the King's Days in our expanse. Brilliant. That hopefully will give us the extra boost of pop we need. Yeah, we're just going to build some roads to Assyria because we need it. Keep converting trading posts in these expansions. Probably actually, since it's one food, one production, we can actually go put this in the factory slot. Because we've got a bit of leeway there. And yes, nice. Great production in Tombok 2. We'll build a seaport for Gen, just in case we need like to build sea buildings, I guess. But I don't think we will need any sea buildings. It might be better for a hospital. Let's try get... man. I feel like we need to vote down arts funding because we're going to need every scientist we can get our hands on. We might need a hospital because we're so short on food. Let's try and build one in the cap too. Get hospitals everywhere. I don't like hospitals. They're not particularly good. Especially not if we're under threat from Assyria, but... maybe we need to build some great war bombers before we build those hospitals. Caravan to Gen. Okay, road there. Horses in GPT with Ashurbanipal ended. We definitely don't want to trade away our only 4 oil.
Let's go.
Let's get bombers. Oh, we don't have flight yet. Okay, well, we'll get flight next. And then when we get flight, we'll build some bombers. What happened? Man, the great person generation thing passed. We can't even repeal it because the AI will be annoyed about it. Arts funding. Yeah, all the AIs will be angry about it. We can't pass scientist funding. We could just keep pushing natural heritage sites. Man, that's not good. We'll keep growing for a bit, I guess, since we're at 73 population. Syria doesn't want to pay a good rate for our horses anymore, but perhaps Denmark does. No. Byzantium, I guess, will, because they were good to us before. No. Okay. Oh, everyone says... the UI says you want it. Apparently you don't want it hard enough. Golden Age ends, okay. We grew here. Yeah, I guess production. I mean, we'll take the extra growth point and then we'll just see. I'm really uncomfortable about our... yeah, because look, we've not even got 800 science. And we are working every inch of jungle we've got. And we've got another observatory city. And that's just pure 73 population, 74 population. Like, even with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 34, 35, 36, like 37 science from jungles. We are not even past 800. So we are going to struggle to get techs in the late game right now. Yeah, it's 9-turn techs for all that expensive stuff. Great scientists have been born. 9 scientists, I believe, is pretty much the maximum that we can possibly get in a reasonable amount of time out of our 3 cities. So what we're going to have to do is make sure to save up our 9 scientists. And let's see how many we've got right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 scientists right now. So we need 1 more generation from every city. We're going to get them very soon in Gao and Tombuktu, which is great. So we just need the one to come out from Gen. And it might even be that we actually get 2 out from Gao. We grew here. Probably work this trading post. In fact, no, we don't work trading posts at all. We work merchant slots because they give us more science. Okay. And we'll take the 1 more pop in Tombuktu and then stagnate it probably. And we'll save this. In fact, our next artist might be quite soon. We won't be able to tell next turn how long it's going to be. But we can burn this artist now, can't we? There's no reason not to, because we can take a harmless ideology policy and then try and time the rationalism finisher for something useful. We need buy spaceship parts for gold, so we'll take it. We've actually got 24 on happiness right now from ideology, and we've still got plus 11, which is cool. I'm very pleased about that. Gen can't grow in 1. No need to grow it in 1 anyway. We should probably actually switch some of these trading post tiles out for merchant slots to get the extra science out. Need to give that gold per turn away to Denmark anymore. He didn't respond. Korea loves us now, though. They just did a declaration of friendship with Arabia, I believe. So perhaps if we give them 6 gold per turn to get the We've Traded Recently bonus, we might get their friendship. And their research agreement will definitely come in handy in the late game. In fact, Harun al-Rashid's next research agreement will come in handy in the late game. We need to make sure we're still friends, which we are. Okay, we've got the hospital in the capital. We don't have a lot of production. Let's get the East India Company. Hospital done here too, so we get a military academy. And we were sending food here to Gao. We've actually already got 23 and we just built a hospital, so we'll use that as an excuse to send hammers. We can delete the scan now, it doesn't need to be there. Artists can wait. And we'll just continue trading posting around this city. In case we ever need to use them, I don't think we do need to use the trading post at all. We can work a 3rd merchant slot. And that, yeah, it's going to be still 56 turns. So we can probably work all 4 merchant slots in this city and get away with it. So let's do that for the extra science. Yeah, 42 turns, so we're never going to generate that merchant. We can even probably work the engineer slot for the same reason. Yep, never going to generate an engineer, so cool. Working all slots in this city, perfect. 809 science. And then, yeah, this is still actually going to be 6 turns to grow, so let's even work this trading post for a touch more. And then we'll wait for that 6 turns and be done. We're going to build the hospital here, and then we'll see what we need to do in that city and just sleep the scientists. We've got 4, 5, yeah, we've got our 6. I do believe 9 is the theoretical maximum for 3 cities as far as we're concerned in terms of a reasonable time frame. So we'll get our 9 and then we'll build Hubble to take us to 11. We'll faith purchase 2 to take us to 13, and those 13 are just going to have to be enough. And we'll save this last writer to allow us to strategically time the rationalism finisher. We're just going to keep building roads towards Assyria here because they're getting a bit edgy. But hopefully our military sort of makes them shy away a bit. In this city, we can probably just give up working some of these normal trading posts for merchant slots. It's more gold, it's more science. And we're never going to generate a merchant. Let's just unwork these standard trading posts for that. Yeah, and we're still getting good growth in like 8 turns anyway, and we can even work another factory slot. Yeah, so growth in 9 seems perfectly reasonable. We're actually still working 1 more normal trading post. That's cool. We've made that switch. We're getting extra production from it. We're getting extra science from it. So we're now up to 828, which is good. We've just put this East India Company for more gold. I don't know when we should stagnate the capital. I imagine it should be soon to max science the capital too. But what we need right now is we can build a musicians guild. That will be more science from specialists, perhaps. Yeah, why not? We'll try it. More culture is always good as well, I guess. We can grab one more valuable policy from somewhere. Perhaps commerce, to be able to gold purchase those spaceship parts. And if by any luck the AI hasn't taken Big Ben, we can then take Big Ben. Railroad coming in too. We've got our harbours up, but I don't know how that works. Ashurbanipal currently marching an army to sneak attack us. Okay, well, you know what? We don't want war with Ashurbanipal right now. He will war Korea, though, for a reasonable price, I believe. Will he war Denmark for a better price? No, Korea is definitely the best price. Okay, Korea, that's probably going to be like, I don't know, 10 gold per turn. Yeah, okay. We might have overpaid there, but we definitely need that war. He definitely was, in fact, looking to come war us again, so it was good that Korea gave us that tip-off, because might have gotten accidentally too lax about that. Now let's build some great war bombers. Don't need a hydro plant, we're not going to be working that. Let's grab a zoo while we can. And a windmill might be good because we're going to have to hard build Hubble. For sure, we cannot afford to waste an engineer on that. Okay, how many turns for our great person in Timbuktu? 33. No, that's engineer. Oh man, I was worried that was science. 30 in gen. Man, we need that. And it's 30 turns. I know what we do about that. I mean, that'll come out before the end of the game, but maybe the Gal one will be faster. Because it's got garden and stuff. Well, let's see next turn if the Gal one is going to be faster. 30 turns is slow, and I feel like we're going to need every single scientist we can get our hands on. Let's see. We finished railroad, which means we can start railroading to our cities. I do believe we actually need to build at least one railroad, because our capital is not coastal, we don't have the instant railroad connections. And let's go zoo into barracks. Railroad's done now. Good. Electronics, and then we'll just look. If we are to build anything, we're going to build AA guns first. So let's go for electronics because we can chase. We definitely don't want to get ahead, and we're still 8% behind Arabia actually, but we've got that in saved scientists, so we're not worried. After we build some of these buildings, let's work science, and then we'll start phase 1 probably of the bulb. Okay, this trade route is done now to Timbuktu. There's no reason to any more in Timbuktu, so production. Gal grew once more. 8-turn growth. I imagine this is about as good as we can ever do, so let us go into stagnation mode and work everything we can. So it's all specialists, assuming that that doesn't make us generate any specialists, which actually the engineer one might. But we can definitely work all 4 stock exchange dudes, all of these specialists. Engineering 15. We need to check what the timing for the next great people are. Scientists in 8, and then yes, 26 turns in Gao. So Gao is actually going to be our next scientist over Gen. I don't think we're going to get all 9. I guess we're going to end up with 8. Which might actually be a good thing to generate this engineer then. Perhaps. We're minus half of food actually if we work that, which I think is perfectly fine, right? Minus half of food, yeah, we're starving. 224 turns in Gao. We're going to have to undo that when the king day ends. But for now, we can do all of that maximum sciencing. And the next turn, so we're up to 872 now. That's good. Let's count our scientists just to make sure that we've not already got our 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're only going to get our 8. And so maybe we generate an engineer after that to be able to engineer Hubble when we want it. Since it's going to be easier to get that engineer, we're definitely not going to be able to buy an engineer, and I would rather not hard build it. I would rather work hard science in our cap rather than hard building Hubble. I just realised we actually need defence against Assyria, so we do need to spend a couple more turns not doing this cargo ship, although that will be useful for gold. Building great war bombers in any of our cities that have barracks and armories, which none of them do. Let's get some barracks and armories, and then we'll finish the railroads up from our cap to our expands. We should now have railroad connection here, which we do. Okay, we got a railroad connection in Gen. That's good. We're just going to go barracks armories. Maybe if we need it in military academies. AIs don't want to pay us a good price for coal anymore. But let's try selling to Korea and Arabia, because they will give us a good price. Yeah, Korea actually likes us. I'm surprised we didn't get friends with them. We could really do with friends with them because their research agreement will matter. But I guess it's just not happening, and we finished paying for this silver from Arabia. Let's just buy it again. We want to keep all the happiness we can get. Gogatan, yeah. So all the rest of these coal deals ended. Byzantium doesn't buy anymore. Do they? No. Korea doesn't buy anymore. Arabia does buy currently, so we'll flog all of the coal we can to them for sure. He's actually already got uranium online. Of course, he built Manhattan ages ago. He is miles ahead in science, but we can catch him. We've got lots of saved science, and that's our wild card. So 1 horse for 2 doesn't work, so we're just going to sell this for 1 because there really is no better deal at this point. Let's see if we can get 2 coal for 3. No. So we're just going to have to sell him maybe 3 for 3. That's fine. That's gold that we wouldn't get without, otherwise. So we'll do that. Not going to sell it to anyone anyway. Yep, barracks and armories in these cities. Penicillin, maybe we could do it for the trade route, but to be honest, we need to just push for. We don't need to push for satellites, do we? No. Let's go penicillin for the trade route. We'll get a cargo out of them. I don't know what our best gold trade routes are, so let's check those out now. Gen and Gen. So let's just build our 2 cargoes from Gen. We don't have our 2 cargoes will eventually come from Gen, I guess. Just keep roading up along our border with Assyria. Hopefully the army we've got will be enough to defend us against them soon. We're still 6% behind Arabia, but I'm guessing we're catching them now because I think it was 8% before. Syria's still got a settler here. What's that on the carrier? Please tell me that's not like a nuke. That is a great war bomber. What have we had? We can keep this near Tombouctou, just trading. Oh, we should keep just a couple of civil service farms when this King's Day runs out. So we actually don't need to trading post anything else apart from this tile down there. So let's send this dude over to do that, and this person can finish the railroad. This bomber is now done. We need 1 more bomber. So let's get 1 more bomber, and then we can go and work research here. And in the capital, we could 2-turn military academy, I guess. Or perhaps we should just work research. That might be better if we just get the capital to work research now. Tombouctou builds the 2 bombers before working on research. And Gen builds the cargoes before then working on research. Sounds good. So let's ramp up our science. Railroad connection is probably done now. We don't really need these workers to do anything else. I'm just going to sit them around. We can delete them eventually at the end of the game if we need to. But yeah, we might be able to use the workers for something yet. Declaration rude. Declaration of friendship with Arabia ended. We really need that back, please. Great. Okay, good. Because we need that 2nd research agreement. That will probably make a difference. We should probably start randomly roading in Gen now as well. Okay, and this cargo is for highest gold to Copenhagen. Let's leave that bomber. Okay, what's our final pot? Because we are there now. 78, 3 city empires, rough. But that is definitely our final population. We're working every single specialist we can, so it's definitely trading post time. We should give up any pure food. We're not working any pure food, good. It's just bananas, which is fine. And then over here, yeah, fine. Production focus. Doing alright for now, but we're going to need to fix that later. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, we're doing the best we can. So if this thing grows again, it grows again. But for all intents and purposes, our max pop is 78. Pretty low, but we are getting 924 science right now while doing all of our specialists. World Ideology Order. No. Can we make anyone else host? We can't. So it's going to be Arabia anyway, so let's just give them our vote. Yeah, so we are working research in our capital, which is taking us... Where is it taking us from? We'll just put a stadium in. taking us from 898 to 924. So we are actually maxing at 898 science, which is pretty cool. I didn't expect to get this high, but I think working all of those specialists that we put in has really made a big difference. Have we got railroad in Timbuktu now? Yes, good. Okay, cool. And we'll just let this dude sit around for no reason. Yeah. So actually working all of those specialists has really made a difference to us. But it cannot be overstated how much this jungle is helping our situation right now. We're getting like nearly 40 base science from jungle. I forget my maths that I did earlier, or my arithmetic, I guess. But yeah, we're getting nearly 40 base science from jungle, which is worth 20 population. Which is worth, is it 20? Yeah, it's worth 40 population, isn't it? No, it's each population point is worth 2 science, so it's worth 20 population right now. So if we didn't have that jungle, you know, we're acting as if we've got, you know, what, 98 pop, when in reality we've got what's it called? When in reality we've got 78 pop. So that's really important for us, and we can now send production to Gen. So we've actually ended up perfect at Gen 0, given all the food we've got. So nice, and then maximum production. Okay, so we finished our penicillin for our last cargo. So we're going to look for radar next. We're just going to push towards well, yes, the Hubble Space Telescope. We'll get this one cargo, and then we'll work research here. We can golden age at some point. When is our next artist? 9 turns, so we can actually golden age now and generate an artist to sort of continue the wave whenever we need it. So let's golden age. This is an important period of time. Don't need to give away this gold per turn anymore. I mean, I wish Korea would have given us... There we go, the friendship. Nice. RA. 268, brilliant. That RA is going to come through right before turn 200. And that could be the difference between us making it on turn 200 or not. And similarly, this one is going to come through right before turn 200. And that could be the difference between us making it on turn 200 or not. We'll download order. Hopefully the other AIs won't pass it. Scott Nolly too. Do you plan on conquering your continent? I've been thinking about that, actually. Not so sure. I really did want to kill Assyria, but obviously Assyria is Assyria. They built loads of army. So at this point, I'm not leaning towards conquering the continent. Because we are miles away from the AI, we could battleship them. But it's, you know, we still can't even get Constantinople and Mecca with that. So it feels like stealth bombers or space right now. Especially because we don't have control of all of the city-states. Who do we look for in terms of... we probably go and try and get one of these non-hostile city-states. Maybe this one here. No, they're hostile. These are hostile. So the last non-hostile is Mbanza Congo. So that's where we'll put this this spy. So if we had kind of land access to go through all of these AIs, I might have been tempted to go and win the game by domination. We'll have to see how it plays out. We've got 8 scientists saved up. We're doing okay in terms of the science stuff right now. We could kill the world with stealth bombers and XCOM squads, but we're still doing the techs right now, so we'll have to see. That could be a really fast win for us because we can just stealth, and I think we've got the right cities for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, actually, we probably don't. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You know what? We don't have the distance for stealth. So if we wanted to go and actually stealth the AIs, we would need to send battleships to Seoul and Jeonju to take the cities and then use that as the base for stealthing, which we can do. But I wonder if it would just be easier and quicker for us right now to try and science this out, because we're going to have 8 scientists. Then we've still got the rationalism finish and Oxford, and we've got 2 purchases and 2 from Hubble. So that is 12 scientists plus Oxford plus rationalism, and right now we only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We only have 15 techs to win the game. So I'm feeling like we've got the science saved up to do this. But yes, we can absolutely see the demographics. So let's have a look. So right now we're second in tech, 7% behind Arabia, but we're definitely ahead of Arabia because we've got 8 scientists saved and they obviously don't have any, plus Oxford, plus rationalism. We are 4th in manufactured goods, which is actually a decent position to be in. 290 production on 3 cities is pretty insanely good, especially when we're working research and not building military, because you can get bonuses from forges and stuff for doing military. Our crop yield is 6th now, but that's okay. We are stagnating for maximum science, maximum production. With 2nd in GMP, which kind of shows because we've got 288 gold per turn right now. So we're definitely angling for purchasing 4 the 2 spaceship parts. We might need to purchase 3, so that's definitely important. And what I'm going to do right now, I think, is we might bulb a scientist so that we can rationalism finish the satellites. Alternatively, we're definitely going to get another social policy before the end of the game. So perhaps we save rationalism finisher for that, and instead we use this policy to open commerce and sort of save for a mega bulb in 8 turns time or something. But we do need to get working on the Apollo program pretty ASAP, to be honest. So I think we can see now how long until our final scientist, if we can get another one. We've got 8 turns for an engineering Gao. Alternatively, we would have to wait 22 turns for that next scientist in our cities, and that takes us to turn 197. I feel like we'll be out by turn 197. We'll be done either way. It might not make a difference. We cut 5 turns off everything that we do. I mean, I guess we're not things over text yet, so that's a thing. Can we afford to wait? We can probably afford to wait. No, I want to bulb 1 just to make sure that we can do Apollo. Oh, we actually have to wait a couple of turns for that. Well, that's fine. I want to bulb 1 just to make sure we can do Apollo. Now. And then later we can worry about Hubble and stuff, because we don't need to build Hubble until we're absolutely sure. But I think we are going to engineer Hubble, so we'll just generate that engineer as opposed to relying on that final scientist. Yeah, we're doing maximum specialist slots here too. Generating that engineer, which we've decided is absolutely fine. Working research in this city now. Okay. Feels good. Yeah. Feels good. Yeah, we need to take commerce with this just to make sure we get extra gold. We're running 300 a turn now. But we might get the situation where we have to buy 3 parts. So we definitely want commerce. And then I think we're going to have enough time to get that final rationalism social policy. Yeah, 14 turns. Brilliant. The game might be done in 14 turns, so that's good for us. Let's upgrade these 2 bombers. So we've got some defense against Assyria. I don't know if they want to come at us. They're only at war with Korea right now, so we might have to pay for a new war. 24 gold per turn and marble for Denmark. Nothing for Harun. And just marble for Byzantium. So let's go give him the 7 or the 8. Or the 9. But that war with Byzantium. He's got lots of troll units that we'll be able to shoot down with our bombers if he actually wars us, because we've got infantry too. But let's not be stupid and hide our scientists underneath infantry units to make sure they don't get captured. I guess this writer can hide too. Oh, we've even got this writer saved up. I forgot about that. Yeah, we're going to be able to rationalism finish whenever we want. Good, no war. I think that paying of a war worked. We've spent a lot of gold on Assyria this game. This is what I was saying right at the start of the game, actually. I was saying about how we ended up with loads of jungle and that might save us because it's, it's 3 science, which is actually 1.5, what's that? 1.5 pop worth of science from the jungle, and it's 3 gold, and it gives you a reason to work it. So I think it's turned out to be pretty crucial, actually, in saving us, because we're at 960 science right now when working for research. Let's go for Hubble. Then we can sort of do a big bulb. Once we research Hubble tech, we can do a big bulb of everything else we've got, because this is our max science. See what our position is. We'll even bulb the... We don't actually have our rationalism scientists yet. But we can do a big bulb of everything else. And all that Assyrian navy. Okay, a lot of our deals ended. We definitely need to renew our happiness deals with Harun. We never know when... because what we don't want to do is not renew these deals and then take some sort of weird big happiness hit from world ideology and go, because that can happen to us. We're not at the worst that we can possibly be right now, I don't think, and then end up in some really bad situation. Can we trade away anything to Byzantium? No. I mean, we can do some 2 for 2s. That seems fine. But some of our friends had coal deals. So that is 1 for 2s. I don't actually know if we'll still be here in 25 turns, but... Okay, yeah, so when we get Hubble tech, we'll burn all these scientists. We'll see what our situation is. Jen loves the king. Wow, we didn't have that copper for 1 turn, and that turned out to be apparently a King's Day for one of our cities. It's pretty cool. Not that it's making any difference to it, but Timbuktu is actually going to grow again, which is kind of nice. Tiny little bit extra of something out of the city. Turn 179. We've got 2 more research agreements still incoming for 199, so I don't think we're going to be in the game any later than turn 200 here. Definitely aiming for science because we've still got 7 scientists, 8, 9. We've still got 11 scientists to burn, plus Oxford, plus rationalism finisher. And we now only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 techs. So we're nearly at that period where it's kind of like, well, basically we've got enough science to do this. And let's get Arabia on side 1 last time. I really do think we might actually have enough science to do this now. We might not need what the AI is going to give us, which is great if we don't. Damn! We've not been building Apollo. That's really bad. We've not been building Apollo at all. That is a real big mistake because we needed that. Can we build anywhere apart from Gao? 5, 5, 6. Yes, so we've got an expand for 5 turns. Oh man, we really should have been building Apollo program. Because it might be right now that we're done in 10. And if we are done in 10, we might not be able to... how much more for this? And if we're done in 10, we're not going to have our production queue done in time. We need to buy aluminium. Preferably buy all of Harum's aluminium. Let's buy all 17 so we can't build spaceship parts. No. 20. 27 gold per turn and 14 gold. Maybe we don't buy all 17 off him. Actually, I would really like to buy all 17 just to try and stop him, if at all possible, from building spaceship parts. There's our engineer for satellites. So we will burn this Hubble Space Telescope, and we'll burn these scientists now. Let's see how close we are. We've not got much overflow yet, so I think we can do 1 more. And then we'll push for robotics because it might matter to be able to purchase these spaceship factories. And then we'll engineer Hubble. We've got 1 more spy. I guess we can drop them in Singapore. Do we have anything to do with the spy? But I guess anywhere is fine right now. And we are now still actually not tech leader. Oh my god. Aaron could beat us. I'm glad we bought all of his aluminium. We need to rationalism finish a nanotech. Okay, so computers are going to be done, and then we'll punch through robotics next turn. So we can actually rationalism finish it next turn, I believe. Gao, 18 turns. I think we'll be out in 18 turns, and if not, we'll find 6. So let's give 6 production. And then Big Ben. I don't think Big Ben's worth it for us now. I think we're going to buy 3 parts. And if not, we can mortgage our life to Harun al-Rashid for the rest of the gold. Not worried about that. 735 needed. Yeah, let's see if we can rationalism finish the next turn so we can get those scientists. We still actually have a couple more to expend. Oh man, I think we've severely misplayed this. We had more science than I expected, for sure. More science than I expected. Yeah, this is a bit of a mistake. We have more science than we expected right now. We might have to try and mortgage our life to get enough gold to buy like 5 parts or something. Should we build Big Ben?
What?
Maybe. We should maybe build Big Ben. Because I think we might have to gold purchase 5 parts here. Okay, yep, so rationalism finished for that. Telecoms and then mobile tactics. Science. Burn this for the rationalism finisher. There. Nanotech. And then we'll buy 2 more scientists. And we don't have a religion in the city. Yeah, we do. Oh, we've got a scientist in the city, that's why. Do we even need 2 scientists? We've got 1 scientist, 2 scientists. That'll be telecoms, mobile tactics, and particle. No, we don't need 2 scientists at all. We need an engineer to engineer Big Ben. What a mistake. It's crazy. Okay, well, we're going to need to mortgage our life to Harun al-Rashid in just a minute. Well, I don't know what 300 gold per turn buys us, but it's going to have to buy us a lot. Okay, Big Ben out. Bam. Telecoms. We've got so much extra science. Is it time for Oxford next as well? How long to build a spaceship part? 6 turns. We need 2260 for it right now. It's like 1,900 something. We need like 1,200 gold.
Assalamu alaikum.
Any chance I can get 6,000 from you? It's not 600, 6,000 from you. Yes. We can get 6,000 gold. I'm sure it's 1,920 for a spaceship part. 1,920 times 6. 11520. Okay. 11520. That's all we need. So we need 6,000.
Assalamu alaikum.
Our golden age is still going, right? Yeah, we've got a golden age for 4 more turns.
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, how much gold can I get for like 295 GPT? 6218. So let's try and make that 6300. No. 6290. 6280. 6270. Come on. 6260. Okay, we've got 6260 from him and we're at precisely 0 gold per turn. We'll burn this. And then we don't even really need to be working science anymore, right? No, we probably do, just to be sensible, I guess. And we need to get Oxford out next turn. Do we? Telecoms will be down. We might be risking it not being able to punch through mobile tactics, actually. I don't know what we do now. Do we risk it? Do we punch through mobile do we risk having to punch through mobile tactics or not? No, because we still need to do 2 rounds of purchasing of scientist parts. So we can actually wait till next turn for the Oxford. There's Big Ben. And let's now mobile tactics. Yeah, okay, that's done. We'll build Oxford anywhere it's 1 turn, which is the cap. And then we need to buy 3 parts now. 1920, 1920, 1920. Hopefully it's 1 turn travel. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it should be 1 turn travel. It'll be pretty sad if it wasn't, because we don't have any more life to mortgage. Actually, we do. We can sell all of our units for gold and our labs. Particle fizz, done. That was actually 1 turn anyway, but we've got it 1 turn sooner. We've got so much. I didn't even realise how much science we had saved. It's crazy. Okay, so let's put these parts on. Is it a one-turn travel? Yes, it's a one-turn travel. Okay, good news. Did you misclick the third part? Let's check. Victory progress. No, fortunately I've got 3 parts, so I didn't misclick. Very thankful for that. 1, 2. It has been a long time since I purchased all 6 spaceship parts with Freedom. But here we have it. We actually made a bit of a mistake because we could have been out many turns earlier, it seems, because we have so much science left over. I didn't even know we had so much science saved up. I really did not have a clue. But we could have been out a couple of turns sooner there. Given how much gold we were able to acquire, I don't think we could have been out more than a few turns quicker. But we were definitely screwed by not building this Apollo sooner. I totally forgot to even build it, and that just screwed us. That must have cost us a few turns. But we're going to be done. So yeah, I really wasn't optimistic about this start at all. But let's take it over to the next turn. If we need to, we will sell a city or something to buy an airport. Let's do this. Engine up. We will put this caravan down to Tombuktu. Make sure there's nothing else in the city so that we can't accidentally swap our part with another civilian unit. Bring the booster down. And clear all these notifications. I guess we don't need this caravan anymore. We'll delete it because we want to delete it. Okay. So, looks like it's time for an end of game wrap up because we're about to win this game on turn 190. Game summary. We had an interesting fractal map, I guess, in that we spawned on this continent, which is relatively big actually, with Assyria, whose cities of Assur and Nineveh were just kind of, his starting cities, I guess as it were. His deity city is Nineveh, and then Assur as the capital. They didn't originally start looking like they wanted to war us, but once we got sort of into the medieval era, they started to show signs of wanting to war. We managed to dodge that war by basically giving them marble and our lunch money. So by giving them our lunch money, and we were able to, they liked us enough not to war us. Hello, is that Risky Eric 22 says lol super moded. What do you mean by that? Actually, I don't know. But welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, we're finishing, so we're just doing a bit of a post-game wrap-up. Maybe you're here in the chat actually for a while, so I won't assume. But hello, welcome to the stream. Glad you joined, even if it's at the end. But anyway, yeah, so we managed to dodge the first war from Assyria by basically making them like us by giving them our lunch money. And so then they went around and killed Wellington and Wittenberg instead, and then proceeded to city spam this continent. Risky Eric, this actually is pure vanilla. So this is vanilla fractal. I'm playing with the enhanced user interface mod, but that obviously doesn't make any gameplay changes. It's just a user interface change. So this is actually a totally vanilla game. We're playing on quick speed, which is why it's turn 190 science victory. What does this equate to? Probably something like turn 270 something perhaps in standard. I forget what the conversion is now. No, probably 285. Yeah, 285-ish, something like that in standard speed. Forget what it is now. You divide this number, whatever we got, 190 by 0.67 to get to the standard speed number. Well, it gives you more info than vanilla. Yes, it does. It's the enhanced user interface mod. So in general, it's supposed to make it so that you don't have to basically go through all of the menus to figure out information that you're going to do anyway. So it speeds up your min-maxing. For me, it makes min-maxing fast enough that I can actually do it on camera. But yeah, I mean, it is modded. In fact, like, it is a mod, but it is a user interface mod. And what I use it for is mostly the min-maxing. So it's supposed to speed up the min-maxing by reducing the number of interfaces you do. For example, right now, the mod is telling me that Denmark would buy horses. Now, as a min-maxer, without the mod, what I would have to do is open up the diplomacy screen, go to trade and try this and see, oh, it doesn't work, and then try this and see, oh, it does work. Whereas, at least with this, I know that I don't have to go in and check every turn, because every turn what I would do is I would check to see if Assyria wanted it, and then I would check to see if Arabia wanted it, and then I would check to see if Denmark wanted it. Well, with enhanced user interface, it already tells me if someone wants it or not. so I don't have to go through all that tedious checking when they won't buy. So that's the main thing that I use EUI for. Same thing as, for example, being able to hover over here to see whether or not I can get my growth down from 2 turns to 1, or making sure that I know I'm on production focus so I don't have to check, or telling me what my We Led the King's Day resource is so I don't have to go into the city screen to check it. Telling me what city states want without having to check them, that sort of thing, seeing if I contribute. All the things that as a min-maxer you would check every turn but would spend so much time doing that it doesn't make sense to do on camera. Well, I can do that. I can do it on camera thanks to the enhanced user interface mod, and it does some maths for you as well, so that you don't have to do it in your head. Because again, I would do the maths, but EUI does it for me. So that's the mod that I'm using. It's the only one. Otherwise, the map is actually completely vanilla. No other mods. And in this game, to recap Assyria, yeah, they wanted to war us, but we made them like us by giving them our lunch money, our dinner money, whatever you want. They went and killed Wellington and Wittenberg, but once they ran out of targets on our own little continent, unfortunately, if you look, we actually we didn't have coast access, so we had to wait until astronomy before we can even sort of travel across to the rest of the world. Although thanks to the World Congress, we were able at least to meet everyone a little bit sooner. Anyway, Assyria, right about the time when we met everyone, that was the time when Assyria decided to look like they wanted to war us again. So we spent like 26 gold per turn to get them to war someone else. And we had to make about 5 or 6 of these massive gold per turn deals every time Assyria's army showed up on our borders to make sure they didn't come and conquer us. That allowed us to safely sim in our little 3-city corner. On our 3-city empire, we really needed to sim. We didn't actually have loads of production until we beat Statue, and because we had bad faith, even though we had Mount Fuji for 7 faith per turn, we actually needed to, we didn't have good faith, so we couldn't engineer Statue. We had to hard build Statue. We ended up hard building it on turn 160. So we didn't have the production to fight a war with Assyria if we'd wanted to. Well, our mid-game production was really low. Our sort of early to mid-game production was not bad. Our crossbow timing production was actually good. But, Assyria had so much army, it didn't make sense to crossbow them. So we had to sit and we had to sim for a long, long time. Yeah, bribing Assyria like 6 times each time for like 20 or 30 gold per turn just to do that. But the real MVP of this game, jungle. I've been thinking this for a while now because I haven't had a jungle game for a while, but jungle was truly the MVP of this game. Each of these jungle tiles was worth 3 science. 3 science is worth... Oh, yeah, right, yeah, we'll get onto that actually, Scott. Now that you've reminded me about the coal, we will get onto that. So first MVP of this game, definitely jungle for the science. We had, how many jungle are we working here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're working 11 jungle trading posts. So that is the equivalent, so what's that? 11 jungle trading posts. Each one is worth 1.5 population. So what is that? We're getting the worth of like 16 population. Especially, we're getting the worth of like, in fact, this one over here as well. The worth of like 16 or 17 population from each of these jungle trading posts that we just simply would not have got if we didn't have jungle. And so that's making us, we've only got 79 pop, which is really rubbish. And our turn 160 pop was like 70, which is truly terrible. That allowed us to get basically act like we had 86 or 87 pop, even though we had 70, and it's now allowing us to act like we've got 97 pop or 96 pop when we've only got 79. Combined with freedom, civil society allowed us to work all of these specialists, which allowed us to go up from about 800 science to this 976 that you're seeing right now, even though we're working while working research. And that meant that we actually had too much science. I didn't even realise. We had too much science right now, and we could have ended the game about 3 turns ago, or 4 turns ago, and I never knew. And so what we were able to do was we were able to take all of the science technologies and take it a science victory on turn 190. We'll just quickly have a look at this other continent, because, well, we didn't really spend much time inspecting it. But we'll see Byzantium got screwed. Inland start. Constantinople. Yeah, Byzantium got screwed, and maybe they moved, cannot tell, but like, why would they have moved from this? AI always sets us in place, don't they? Byzantium got screwed. They are a coastal civ, and they are that. That's terrible empire. That's even worse land than ours. Denmark, this empire, brilliant empire actually from Denmark. They got the best of it, at least in terms of the coastal, but they ended up with 59 technologies in the end, so they fell behind in science because they did a lot of warring. Korea did Korea things. actually ended up being 4-city Korea, and for some reason Denmark settled Viborg over here. 37 pop in Seoul. That's coastal growth. I mean, and Deity AI, but coastal growth can do that to you. For anyone who's kind of new to knowing what coastal does, coastal, because of the cargo ships, has insane growth. Coastal growth cities are, absolutely ludicrous. I mean, on this land, there's no way Gen or Tombuktu should get to the populations they do, but because of cargo ships, they did. And then Arabia, who also got screwed, actually. Land was bad this game. Like Assyria, Tundra Empire. Arabia, Tundra Empire. Byzantium, Tundra Empire. Denmark, good land. Korea, good land, but it does lack a bit of river. And then us, of course, good land, but lacks river, but we did get jungle. So really, really interesting game. We sort of observed all the AIs. Our other MVP for this game, as Scott Noley did just point out, coal. We went industrialization before schools, and we rolled 1, 2, 3 nodes of coal on hills for us to work, and that just transformed our production. Absolutely transformed our production, being able to work these coal. Instead of being 3 production hills, they became 5 production hills, which again turned into 6 production hills with the with chemistry. That extra 2 production, it's really a game changer. And then we also managed to acquire this 7 coal node here on our 4th ring. We couldn't work it, but we sold all the coal for, silly amounts of gold per turn. What did we do? We only needed 3 coal, so we were selling 21 coal at one point. 5 of which went for buying a luxury, so that saved us 9 gold per turn. And then the other 16 went for 2 gold per turn each. So we actually gained about 48 gold per turn from those coal. So ludicrous gold from the coal, great production boost from the coal. And then I guess third MVP is Kaisel. We were able to ally Kaisel early, and that allowed us to get, I think we got free thought by turn 133, which is it's not fast. We did open rationalism before turn 100, right though? So it got us to rationalism before turn 100. It got us done with free thought by turn 133, and then that science boost from rationalism, and it is really huge because rationalism's 10% is genuinely 10%. So, we that to another MVP of this culture, good culture, allowed us to get fast rationalism, which allowed us to get good science going, and we managed to build labs by turn 150 or something, which is really great timing, especially on kind of this 3-city empire like this, and working the jungle. So yes, all of those MVPs really good. We misplayed a bit in the end because we could have been out about 3 or 4 turns sooner if we hadn't forgotten to build the Apollo program. But alas, it is what it is. Just observing the comments just before we go, I guess. Scott Noley, Risky Eric says you're lucky. AI usually war. Yeah, you're right, Scott Noley, they do. We got a bit lucky. Isolation is sometimes one of the best things that you can be better than military. We only had 1 ally, and that did give us a significant boost in terms of bribing wars. If we neighboured Denmark, Korea, and Assyria, it would have been really hard not to go to war with all of them. Although, because we had such a great gold position, we actually might have been able to pay for all of that. But as it happens, we only had one. We actually only had one AI neighbour, and that was Assyria. And of course, Assyria are very warmongery. They did try to war us. But as I mentioned, we did pay Assyria for a large number of wars in order to keep them out. And, we could. We could go to the deal history and see how many of those deals we actually paid for. But it might be a bit much. So we paid for 1 war with Korea. Then we paid for 1 war with Arabia. So that's 2 wars. Then we paid for, what did we do? Byzantium, 3. We paid for, we've got all these derpy deals now. We paid for another war with Korea, 4. Some more derpy deals. Denmark, 5 wars. Research agreement with them. See if there's any more. But there might not be any more. Yeah, and then there was the big giveaway. So we paid for 5 wars with Assyria, and then the lunch money giveaway to make sure that they didn't war us. So it was planned. We were able to use our gold in order to give the AI enough war targets they didn't want to war us. So, a bit of luck because, we didn't have more than 1 neighbour to bribe. But at the end of the day, we played the situation that was given. We bribed Assyria to war every time their army showed up on our borders. And then Risky Eric actually says, AI is made to war you. They had an issue with the vanilla version, which they had revised in Civ 6. Perhaps they did. diplomacy is a bit balked on Civ 5 in that you can pay AIs to war, and it will obviously distract them for at least 10 turns or so. And we use that to our full advantage here. So you know what? Maybe in Civ 6 that is fixed. Maybe they don't give up on war so easily when you pay them. But we definitely used the AI diplomacy to our advantage here. Exploited what was available to us in Civ 5 to make sure that we didn't get warred from our one aggressive neighbour. So that's good. And then Scott Nolly says, no luck, he bribed all wars. Thanks for the support, Scott Nolly. And yeah, we did bribe all those wars and we were certainly watching for them. I've had a couple of bad games recently where I haven't been watching when I should have been. So I'm pleased that we were able to watch out for this one and get our 5 wars paid for. And then the one lunch miller giveaway to convince them to not war us when they otherwise would have done. Scott Nolly asks, do I have a Discord? I am on Discord, yes, although I don't have a streamer Discord because, well, I'm not a particularly big streamer. But if you want my Discord, I will happily give it to you. But yeah, so I don't have a streamer Discord because I'm not a big streamer. Obviously, you've seen my YouTube channel. Otherwise, I generally stream on here. As I mentioned on the YouTube, I try to stream once in the week, once at the weekend. Most commonly on the weekends on Sundays, although every now and again I do a Saturday. It might be a Saturday this weekend actually, if I stream. And then I try to do one day during the week. That can really depend, to be honest, on when I have time with work. But today we found Wednesday, that's cool. But all of our I don't have a Discord, Scott Nolly. It's only like my personal. You can friend me if you'd like. I can Discord you when I'm going online. But yeah, I don't have a streamer Discord yet. If I get bigger, we'll do a streamer Discord. But for now, it's just me, myself, and I. So we yeah. So today we did a Wednesday stream, played some single player. I'm hoping to bring some multiplayer at some point, but it depends whether or not there's a game available when I'm available to stream. But in the meantime, I'll upload all of my streams, at least the ones that we managed to finish like this, onto the YouTube channel, so you can catch them all there. And yeah, if you're able to catch me on stream, that would be great. In any case, spaceship part-time. Turn 190, science victory. And Assyria is 1. So cool, I'm really pleased about that actually. Anytime you can do 3 cities at turn 190 or below is really, really good. I've found I've not managed to take 3 city victories 190 or earlier a lot actually in my whole Civ career, so I'm really pleased for this. We can watch how the map goes, see how we go. Thanks for the GG, Scott Nolly. So we can see how the map goes. So all the deities settle their cities. We can see Arabia settling first. We get our first expand out around just after turn 30, the second one just after turn 40, and then we proceed to 3 city sim for the rest of the day. In and around about here, we'll see Assyria take over this city-state. Wellington, there they go, turn 79. So that was about 5 turns after we gave our lunch money for the first sort of distraction, and then they sort of take the other city-states and fill out around here. While we were actually friends with them, we got our first research agreement with them. And then we 3 city sim in the corner, keep allies with this city-state in here of Kaiser while the AI kind of do their thing. Looks like they didn't make too much progress with their wars, although we did get a couple of captures into the late game. We'll restart this just so that we can see if there was any city flipping. But it doesn't look like, from the way that it all ended up with, if there was much city flipping. Let's just observe a couple of these cities, because the AIs did war a lot. I believe there's a long war between Denmark and Arabia. For some strange reason, Denmark didn't war anyone else that was closer to them, of course. But yeah, it looks like we didn't get a lot of city flipping. Byzantium did poorly because they settled their city. Arabia, for some reason, their 5th city was there. But I don't see any explicit city flipping. We might see Byzantium take a couple later. Yeah, this one over here. Maybe guys. No, it doesn't. So Byzantium doesn't really take anything. So no real AI city flipping, actually, for some reason. There was a lot of war, so apart from this one Korea takes in the end game, we didn't see a lot of cities go flipping between the AIs. They just sort of went about their own business in their corner. We went around our own business in our corner. And we took a turn 190 science victory on 3 cities, which I'm really proud of. Into the graphs. Songhai score, we stayed low score all the way through the game, although we almost caught up with Byzantium at the end on like rivaling 3 city empires. If we look at maybe gold per turn city connections for a second. Quite a lot of gold from city connections, actually. Deal gold per turn. Lol. Look at this. Look at our deal gold per turn. Minus 335 at the end because we sold it all. Sold it all to buy all those spaceship parts. Building maintenance, pretty sick. We were actually third in building maintenance, even though we had 3 cities. Food return, we see that we actually were third food for a reasonable portion of the mid game, which is what we wanted to see. But in the end, we fell back as we grew. AIs founded more cities, and then eventually we went and stagnated for the end game. Our gold per turn was obviously really crazy. We had great gold throughout the entire game, definitely because of the jungle. But then, yeah, I mean, just 100% because of the jungle, really. We managed to get a bit ahead of our production queue. That helped us build markets and stock exchanges and stuff, but it was mostly jungle, to be honest, that powered that gold. Trading posts. Don't sleep on trading posts. And then we actually had a lot of golden ages during the game, and that too was gold. In general, if you have ridiculous gold stores, lots of golden ages is actually the key to do that. Jungle keeps you having good gold per turn, and then the golden age is actually what gives you ridiculous gold per turn. That's why Persia is so good, not least because their bank gives +2 happiness. Obviously, we have built military. 3-city empire is what it is. Number of cities is fine. Number of social policies. We actually overtook an AI at the end. Weird. Population. We were 5th population pretty much the whole game, apart from where we were sick. Hammers. We can see where we moved into 4th position right here. That's pretty much statue in there somewhere. Or factories, and then perhaps statue, and then our science per turn, which was actually highest for a small period of time, but actually 3rd highest by the end of the game. If we go back to the map for a second, Scott Noley actually says, interesting Arabia city placement. Yeah, you're right. Let's actually have a bit of... Yeah. I assume you're talking about this one next to Byzantium, Arabia's 5th settled city, that somehow ended up in this ridiculous position over there. Right there, turn 73, plonked on down next to Byzantium. Crazy stuff. But yeah, anyway, thanks for joining Scott Noley. Thanks for joining Risky Eric. I am sorry that I guess the AI diplomacy doesn't work out in the way that Civ 6 expected. I really did wish to do a bit more war in this game. When you see 3 cities, you kind of like to do that. But, you know, Assyria and the city-state just didn't give us a chance to do that. We really needed the culture. So when Milan started invading our territory, we had to peace them. And of course, we couldn't conquer Arabia because their army was too big. It would have hurt us too much in our science game to expend all of that time building crossbows to try and take down Arabia, especially when they would have got markets and muskets about 7 or 8 turns after we would have got crossbows. That's not a window that we want to mess with at all. AI muskets playing crossbows is just a recipe for disaster for us. So we gave up crossbows. We went 3 cities, and in the end it was turn 190, but it could have been a couple of turns quicker. Anyway, that will be the end of the stream today. So thank you very much for joining, anyone who joined, anyone who's on the YouTube channel. If you want to get alerted to my content, or just want to show your liking for the content, please do like and subscribe. It helps me reach more viewers. So I really appreciate if you do that. Obviously, feel free, if you've got any comments on the game, to comment in the description below on YouTube. Twitch viewers, thank you very much for watching the stream today. It's always nice to have people coming in and chat, and very much enjoyed your company. Thanks for joining us for this game. Scott Nolly says thanks to the stream. Thank you for joining. So thank you all. Thanks for joining me today, and hopefully I will see you in a future stream. Bye, and good night.